What a finish! What a man!
The drum roll finishes, and the target is hit.
And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout
Brilliant! Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
Force the issue of Vanderldera.
Game show
Pins the 8-6, and I tell you what, that took a lot of composure there from the young man. He's almost awaiting his fate, and his fate's eventually sealed. Jamie Atkins under lock and key. Yes, he has. Times a little bit of rightiness, but there may also be at times moments of absolute brilliance, just like that. It's the final night's worth of play in this Group B, and we will see the final three names through to tomorrow night's final come the end of it. Welcome along to the Live Lounge, welcome along to Portsmouth, and welcome along to Pluto TV. Yeah, quite the night ahead of us here, really, isn't it? We've got the defending champion, Jensen Walker. We've got a former champion in Jim Mcewan. We've got Jamie Atkins, a man who's climbed to summits on the Challenge Tour. We've also got Quantock, a man who has won a week as well. And Vanderldera, a player who's made it through to a World Youth final in the past. So we've got a big night's worth of darts, and we need a big name in the studio. And the big name with us tonight is a man who must be stood somewhere next to Paul Nicholson. Great to see you, Nico. And
too.
This afternoon, David Pallett got the job done. No messing about, was there?
Yeah, absolutely no messing about. We didn't expect Dave to slip up because he's just too seasoned for these kind of things. He's shown his class the last couple of days. He's got a lot of fans as Pallett. He's got a lot of friends in this sport. And to see him playing this way over the last couple of days has been an absolute joy to see. Nice levels, nice consistency, and even when he slipped up a little bit, he was able to fix it.
He's going to be a contender, isn't he, tomorrow, the way he played?
Unquestionably. I think if he can find a really good start on Saturday night, it doesn't really matter who he plays, because if you look at his two averages, when he started his campaign yesterday and today, two very strong performances. And if he gets off to the same sort of start on Saturday night, then everybody else in the field come Saturday night has got a really big problem.
Let's have a look at the table then, following the end of Group C. This is the breakdown. David Pallett and Lee Evans, the two players, making it through alongside Steve Beaton. And actually, you can see in the middle of that table there, Group B breaking down with Jim Mcewan, Chris Quantock, Jamie Atkins, Vanderldera and Jensen Walker in action this evening. Look, Jamie Atkins won all four of his matches last night. It felt like the key to his evening was a very strong start.
Yeah, it was strong enough. Towards the end, he was riding his luck a little bit. And if you play here enough, you're going to need a little bit of fortune at some point. His third game, he got that. By the end of the night, he was taking out the defending champion. So I think when he went to bed last night, he will be feeling very, very happy. But not content, because there's still a job to do. Even with a 4-point cushion, he'll know that one more win, he'll be there. But he would like to win this group to put himself in the strongest position.
Jensen Walker, is it fair to say it was a little bit patchy from him last night?
I think it has been this week, really. I think he would admit that. He played pretty well on Tuesday, started to raise his levels, and then since then it's gone back a step a little, but now's the time to strike. He's got enough experience. He's been here more than once, and he's been to Saturday more than once. So now is the time to find your best form, to give yourself the better chance of defending the title, of course. If he's going to do that, he's got to be good tonight. He's going to have to be brilliant come Saturday night. And then, of course, Champions Week in a couple of weeks.
This is how the table looks then going into tonight's action. Jamie Atkins with a 4-point lead. There's just one win tonight to guarantee his place through to Saturday. Jensen Walker and Julian Vanderldera on 4 points apiece. Jim Mcewan and Chris Quantock both on 2. Having a look then at the odds, perhaps no surprise that Jamie Atkins is a hefty favourite to go on and win the group. No surprise about the 2-9. But Julian Vanderldera, actually, you break down his numbers last night. Statistically, he was actually the best player with the 5.
Yeah, numbers were good, but he just lost a few situations. That's what we have to look at throughout the course of the night. Who's winning the situations? It's really interesting to see Jim Mcewan at the odds that he's at. Even if he goes through the card tonight, I can still see Jamie Atkins winning this group because he just has a way of getting this done. And he did so in the previous series, didn't he? He won a Group A. It was tough. He still was able to do it. But Mcewan was very, very flummoxed by how he found himself on only 2 points overnight. He's got to fix that quickly.
18 plus, gambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series tonight. Jamie Atkins is in action in our first game. He takes on Jensen Walker. It is a meeting of the boys from the Midlands. It's Wolves up against Coventry to kick off the night's action. And early on this evening, I caught up with Jamie.
Yeah, overall, really good. I was happy with the sort of the tenacity of my game as well. I felt comfortable while I was up there. So, yeah, I woke up this morning pretty chuffed.
Did it feel like a case of getting out the gate really strong, particularly the first 2 games, and that kind of set the tone for the night?
Yeah, it did. I came here with no expectations. I haven't played a competitive dart for a while, a competitive game. So when I came out strong to start with, it really set me up for the night.
How would you categorise your 2025 season so far?
I like to say, I haven't really played a lot. I've been focusing at home more. And yeah, it's taking a break sometimes does help you.
So this is kind of like a nice little springboard for the season then, isn't it? The next couple of days?
Yeah, hopefully play all right tonight and get through to tomorrow. And then, yeah, see how tomorrow goes.
In terms of the group, it's a very tough one. So you must have been really chuffed to get those points on the board because I know you're going to take every game as it comes, but it just gives you that little bit of breathing space, doesn't it, tonight?
Yeah, when the groups came out, you initially think that's tough. Then you get Jensen and Jurjen drop in as well. It just, 2 people that don't go through tonight are going to have had hard luck, I think. How
important's the first game? Because then you got Jensen straight off the bat.
I want to try and get the win as early as I possibly can to guarantee it. So I'll take that as the one to go for straight away.
Well, wish you all the best, Jamie. Good luck.
Cheers, Henry.
It's a task which, when you consider how tough a group it is easier said than done. Jamie Atkins with 8 points. Any one win this evening will see him through to yet another Saturday night here at the Live Lounging Boards. Of looking for that first weekly win, having hit the post in the final a couple of series ago against John Henderson. What probably was an even bigger kick in the guts was the fact that John Henderson won that week and then was ineligible for that Champions Week, it turned out eventually. Jensen Walker, the 18-year-old from Coventry, the defending champion of this competition, looking to keep his title defence alive against the 37-year-old from Warwick, runner-up, as I say, in Series 9, Week 7. And I mentioned in the introduction, a little bit of a rivalry between these two. Jensen, a big, staunch Coventry City fan. Jamie Atkins, a huge Wolverhampton Wanderers fan. He's a huge Colchester United fan. And he will be happy, safe in the knowledge that because tomorrow is the opening day of the Football League season, Colchester United are joint top of the league table. But I can guarantee that'll be the only time this season Colchester United will be anywhere near the top of the table.
Can we talk about something that everybody's bothered about? We're going to hear enough about Colchester United over the next 7 or 8 months. Let's focus on the darts, shall we? Because this could be the game that sees Jamie Atkins through to Saturday night again. His record is decent. 2 Saturdays from 4 attempts. If he gets through tonight, 3 from 5, which means he's got a record which is over 50%, which is where it should be.
140.
Well, Jensen's got off to a quick start in this one. In terms of yesterday evening, Jensen lost his first game 4-1, lost his
60.
last game 4-1. It was the 2 games in the middle which kind of propped his hopes up for the evening. Whilst Jamie Atkins was the last player out to bat last night. And his first 2 performances really did set the tone for the evening. A 93 average against Jim McEwan, 5 to 7 on his doubles. Had to come back from a deficit to win that particular
97.
encounter, and it looks like he may have to
82.
come back from a leg behind in this particular game, because Walker's got time and space to take the opening leg of the night. 11 scored, so 21 remaining.
I don't like what he's just done. If you've got 77 with 2 darts remaining and your opponent's back on 230,
58.
go for a big 19. Go for a big 18. Leave tops. Don't waste darts at double.
38.
Oh,
Jamie
look, it's the return of the
130.
wobbly stem, which drives me up the wall. I still don't know why that happens.
You can see with the grimace on Jamie's face does not like the lie of dart 1. And he almost found a way through with dart 2 to give himself a poke at the bullseye. So Walker is going to get 3 here at double 10 to
20.
take the opening leg of the night.
Loves that height, doesn't he?
Leg, Jensen Walker.
That height on the board gave him the title in Series 10, but it was on the other side.
Second leg is Jamie to throw first.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that, because you've got 82 left. He's done the right thing with his first start. He's gone for the bull. He's missed the 25. He's got 77
43.
left. Jamie's all the way back at the halfway point of the leg. What is the point in going for the treble 19 or the treble 15?
97.
You get the treble 19, you hit the double 10, you look like a hero. But what if you hit the treble and then you split the 10s and you leave yourself on that pesky double 5? This whole sport, when it comes to board management now,
81.
is all about leaving primary doubles and giving yourself maximum chances at those primary doubles to win legs. Don't
100.
leave yourself cornered. And as for him going for treble 15 on 77, that's a no from me.
97.
You get the dart in the 15, you don't get a treble with the next dart, you are still on a 2-darter and not on a 1-darter.
59.
That's board management 101.
Well, in terms of his night last night, Jensen, 86.28 was his overall running average. 10 for 34 in terms of his
56.
finishing, 29%. It was kind of one of those evenings where there wasn't really too much to report home about. It wasn't a bad evening by any stretch of the
58.
imagination, but it wasn't anything that kind of went through the extremities. I suppose it was the dictionary definition of mid-table mediocrity for Jensen.
54.
I don't want us to talk about Jensen in a negative sense. I actually want to talk about the collective.
133.
We'll do that in the
Jamie
next leg.
170.
I like what Walker's just done there. That, as far as board management, was perfect. How perfect would this be? Absolutely
Game
majestic.
on the second
Did you enjoy
leg.
that, Jamie?
Jamie
We all
Atkins.
did. That was wonderful.
Third leg is Jensen to throw first. Game on.
What is it about Friday night? All I've heard tonight is stuff about fish.
100.
People getting excited about the weekend. Oh, what fish are we going to have this weekend? Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a big one. You've just seen it. But my point, being about the collective, is that the doubling as a group was not up to scratch
100.
last night. I get a feeling that's going to go up a notch tonight.
Yeah, there's been a few conversations about fish this
59.
evening. I hear Owen Binks will be looking at plenty of fish tomorrow. Heading to a local fish shop, isn't he? He's doing some master chefery.
60.
I can't say anything. I'm going with him.
99.
You're gonna
You genuinely can't beat a day out at the fishmongers. But I'm a bit of a food nerd.
97.
If you catch me in a country shop or a farm shop or a fishmonger's, don't be surprised. It will be on purpose.
79.
Can someone please tell me why that stem is wobbly? all the time. It's been going on for more than a year. Can somebody please talk to Jensen and find out why this is
100.
happening?
Jensen, you've got 164.
It drives me up the wall.
Well, he's not going to find the 164. Atkins, having found the big fish in the previous leg, looking at the 144 to break the throw of Walker, who's just
38.
looking a little bit dejected, a little bit frustrated
Jamie, you require 140.
early on in proceedings. 144. Nil por favor. 64 remaining. Walker will come back and we'll have a look at 126 to open up a 2-1 lead.
Saw this one last night from Jim Mcewan. Bull.
101.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that particular stare, would you?
Jamie,
Move over,
you
Neil
require
Warnock. Come on in.
16.
Jensen Walker.
What your microwave sees when you cook dinner, isn't it?
That's unbelievable what he just did.
Game
that's
shot
very
in the
believable.
third egg.
Because
Jamie
Atkins
Atkins.
is now within 2 legs of Saturday already.
Full flag is Jamie to throw first.
Well, he just wants to get this job done as quickly as he possibly can.
Game on.
And he's 2 legs away from doing exactly that.
He's got the right attitude. When he was speaking to you, he said he wants to get this win as soon as possible, and then the pressure's off. And then he can cause problems for everybody else. But just imagine the problem that Jensen has if he can't win this match. He will stay on
59.
4 points. The 3 people below him all have a game in hand, and then he's in a dogfight.
125. $41.
How good has that first start been in this game for Atkins?
81.
Good job it was in that visit. The other 2 darts did not please him whatsoever. But he is vastly the better player in this
134, Jamie,
fixture as it stands.
155.
6 darts from here, and he's going to need the full quotation. Walker got off to a quick start in this game.
59.
Could have been 2-0 up. Atkins found the big fish. Needed that moment really just to get him in the game, and from that point onwards, he's
59.
really been able to boss proceedings, and
Jamie requires
he's leaving his
96.
opponent looking rather landlocked.
16s is the play here. I know this 20 is tricky, but that was the right thing to do.
56.
When you're in a moment like that, you've got to ask yourself this question many, many times over the course of a night.
140.
What is the right thing to do?
Jamie
Here,
require
it's
40.
very, very simple. Just get it hit. But when you're doing approach play, always ask yourself that question. What is the right thing to do?
No
You can see he was
score.
trying to in off the second
Jensen,
dart.
you require
Was unable to do
68.
so, and he's opened up the door here for Walker to level this game back up at 2-2 if he can find double 4.
This is a possible game changer.
Game
That is
shot on the full
extremely
flag.
good.
Jensen Walker.
As soon as the door was opened, Walker just
Fifth flag,
walked
it's
right
Jensen to
in.
throw first. Game on.
And you've got to give Jensen credit because it looked as if he was beginning to get outplayed a little bit in this game, but manages to take that out. And all of a sudden, he might well be
140.
wrestling the ascendancy back into his favour.
He's got the throwback. That's job 1.
94.
Now you have to make the most of it. When you consider who he went through just to get to Champions Week the last time,
180.
he shouldn't be intimidated by anybody here. He went through Jamie Hughes, Simon Whitlock, Andy
47.
Hamilton. It doesn't get more storied than that.
100.
And winning that fourth leg has galvanised him somewhat.
Oh, and you consider we've only played 4.5 legs in this game. There's been a fair few ebbs and flows in it, hasn't there?
140, Jensen require 81.
The game ebbing and flowing back in the direction of Jensen here. Double 16,
Game
that's a
shown
12
the fifth
darter.
leg.
And all of a
Jensen
sudden, the
Walker.
defending champion is just beginning to hit his stride
Sixth leg
as we
is
head
Jamie
towards
to
the
throw
finishing
first.
line.
Game on.
And Jamie Atkins now has it all to do.
His last 14 darts genuinely have been world class.
135. $140.
You can see it, can't you? You can see those flights moving because the stem isn't fully tight.
58.
I am 100% positive that if they are loose, they are having an effect on how his darts are flying. So I think that when those flights are hitting each other,
100.
they're actually spinning the stem out of the thread on the top of the barrel. So what he needs are these tiny little rubber rings called washers. Stick them in the stem, tighten it up, and it won't
98.
come loose.
The other thing that's striking me with Jensen is there's almost a John Parr-esque snarl, and when he really does get his
125.
bit between his teeth, he really does get going at some gusto. And nobody does a snarl like John Part.
58. Jensen to 136.
It's a big call, that, you know.
58. Jamie
I
require
think Raymond van
152.
Bonnevel's got a pretty good snarl. And Jensen might have a good snarl.
102.
Can he find another
Jensen,
combination
you
shot
require
for the win?
78.
He's taken out 68, 81. Is it 78 for the win?
It's double top for the win.
38.
Clips the wire. And Atkins is back
Jamie
to take us all the
require
way. And
50.
a game which has had its swings and roundabouts is probably fitting of a last leg decider, if the truth be told.
Yeah, this has been engaging. Double 16. That is a great dart. Now we go the distance.
Jamie Atkins.
So leg difference is not going to change much
Seventh
between
and
these
final
two.
leg is Jensen to throw
It is
first.
all about the 2 points.
Game on.
Is Jensen going to 6 points? Or is Atkins going to Saturday?
96.
Huge moments, not just for these two, but the players in behind. Jurgen Vandervelde will be watching on patiently, but also the bottom two, Jim Mcewan and Chris Quantock, who could probably do with Jamie Atkins one on the card again to give themselves
43.
the best possible chance.
That's absolutely true. Keeping Walker at 4 points could be the key,
80.
especially for Mcewan and for Quantock here tonight. I noticed that Walker didn't have much of an emotional reaction to a dart on the floor there.
134.
That's because he had a sizable lead before that Atkins turn.
He won't feel as comfortable now, though. And that
59.
troublous score has opened up the door for JA. Well, you can see how visibly disgusted Jensen Walker was about that Max in the background.
41.
This one is getting away from him.
Jamie require
Since that dart went on the floor,
144.
Atkins has found 5 trebles from 6 darts. This leg is not over.
70.
It's another vital treble 19 for Atkins to set up a match-winning chance, but Walker's got to get onto a doable out here.
Jamie Atkins is turning the screw in a way that only the elite players
99.
can. He was behind in this leg, and he was behind
Jamie
by a
requires
margin.
66.
But he's now wrestled this last leg in his favour. And if he finds his 66, he is through to Saturday night. And he'd leave the defending champion waiting. 21 remaining. It's double 8 for Saturday night again. It's double eight for
Good
Jamie
shot
Atkins
on
to
the
return to
match.
Saturday night again.
Jamie Atkins.
Jensen Walker looks absolutely desolate as he loses that game. The defending champion off to a losing start. A disappointing look on his face as he looks at the scoreboard, and the scoreboard will paint 4-3 in the favour of Jamie Atkins, who is through to Saturday night's final. That's how he's done so. He had to come back from behind. He's got the job done. He's beaten Jensen Walker by 4 legs to 3. Coming up after the break, Jim Mcewan takes on Vanderldera. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim Mcewan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Littler! Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. So Jamie Atkins has confirmed his place through to tomorrow night following a 4-3 win over Jensen Walker. An intriguing game, and a game that Jamie will be thankful to get done, because it means he can now relax safe in the knowledge that he will be participating in another Saturday and may well be a step closer from that elusive first weekly win. Game number 2 is a meeting between Vanderldera and Jim Mcewan, 2 players that will be buoyed by that defeat of Jensen Walker in the opening game, and it's a game which will dictate really where the land lies in the second portion of the group. Jamie Atkins now kind of clear at the top of the table. You'd expect him to go on and win the group from here. Jim Mcewan won his first match last night and played superbly, averaging 96 and change. As for Vanderldera, statistically, he was the best player yesterday. Best average of everybody, best checkout percentage of everybody on night 1. If he can win this, he can create a bit of a gap between him and Jim in the final non-qualification position, because Quantock will still be out to bat against Jamie Atkins in the next one. If Jim, though, can win this game, it all gets very interesting and it all gets bunched up a little bit, because Mcewan will be on 4, Walker will be on 4, Vanderldera will be on 4. And if Quantock was then able to get the better of Jamie Atkins, he would be on 4 points, and we'd be quite literally none the wiser in terms of who would be able to qualify out of this Group B come the end of play tonight. Now, Mcewan yesterday was the maximum man, 8 of them over the course of the session, but he's not going to kick off tonight with one.
No, he's not. But there's plenty of time for that.
139.
I didn't realise until we started talking about Mayball last night that maybe Jim was at home earlier in the week at the same time that a certain president of the United States was in his vicinity. I said there'd be time for that. He didn't want to wait. Yeah, Mayball is not far from Turnberry, a very famous golf course in the southwest of Scotland,
100.
which is owned by President Trump.
Now here's a... Well, I've actually driven past Donald Trump's motorcade in 2 different countries. Drove past it. I went to Washington, D.C., and he was coming out of the White House to do some business. And he was in Portsmouth back in 2018.
99.
And I was driving... Well, we're driving down the beach, and suddenly you see all these signs. Thinking, oh, no, what's going on here? The president's motorcade was driving past because it was at an event in the city.
Jimmy Require, 82.
Just a casual thing you do when you pick your brother up from school, just seeing the president just go past.
As you do.
As you do. Normal day.
17 for tops. Usual behaviour for Jim.
42. Here in your Require, 164.
He did throw that one well, but it didn't register. Does this? He gave it a chance. I like that. That was an aggressive dart from Jurjen.
There's a lot about the way he goes about his business that's so likeable, Jurjen. Mcewan, though, leaving tops after 12 to win this opening leg. A typically Mcewan move. Is it going to be a typically Mcewan finish?
20.
Knows the answer. The door's been open for the break.
Require 72.
Chance. Double 12.
48.
And he goes the wrong side of the barrel.
Jimmy Require, 20.
So, 2 10s for Mcewan to take the opening leg. Been given a reprieve after missing a visit's worth of doubles
Game shot
in his previous attempt, but no mistake there on the double 5. Mcewan finds himself one up.
What was Donald Trump doing in Portsmouth?
Game on.
It was I think it was the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And
I thought it'd be a military thing, this being a military town.
Yeah, Donald Trump was there, President Mcewan was there, the Queen was there, the Prime Minister at the time, Theresa May, was there. That was during that time we needed to realise who the Prime Minister that week was.
135.
And there were some other dignitaries from all across the world.
You got some Dutch friends like I have, Henry.
97.
You might want to hang around them when it's King's Day. That is a celebration.
I have heard all about this. Amsterdam draped in orange, filled with celebration.
Doesn't matter where you are.
140.
The Dutch know how to make King's Day special.
If you learn something about Dutch people, they just know how to party.
They know how to play darts too.
100.
Well, we were speaking yesterday, weren't we, about the assembly line of talent that's coming through from the Netherlands. Jurjen, the latest product of it.
There's an assembly line of talent, but there's only that if there's an assembly line for them to be on. So the Dutch system works, and it has worked for over 30 years. You need foundational players like Ko Stompe, Roland Scholten, Raymond van Barneveld, and then you need the next crop. You've got your Wesley Harms, your Albertino Essers, people like that. People who kept this conveyor going. You got your Van Gerwens, your Vandervoorts, your Klassens.
140.
Every 5 years, there seems to be a new
106.
batch.
218. Would have left double 16. Mcewan is poised for the break. He should get 2 darts at tops upon his return to go 2 up. And
58.
just like last
Jimmy
night,
required
he's kicking
58.
his evening off fairly proficiently. Left himself on a double after 12 in the first leg. Could win this one in 14.
Hasn't quite figured tops out yet.
Yeah, you require 48.
Yet again, Vandervelder looking at a chance to close out leg 2 this time.
32.
Could have been 2-0 up and might be
Jimmy
staring at
Maguire,
2-0
40.
down. These are the exchanges that make you scratch your head.
There's a raise of the eyebrow from Jurjen. Mcewan sat poised.
Game on the second leg. Jim McEwan.
Takes the tops eventually, and you don't give a man of that stature 2 opportunities to win a leg.
Third leg, it's Jim's
Jurjen
to throw
van der Velde has
first.
done so consecutively, and that's why he finds himself 2-0 down.
Have you looked at what we could potentially have after the end of the next game? If Mcewan gets this done, he goes to 4 points. If Quantock, who starts his campaign
39.
next, beats Atkins, he's on 4. Then you've got 4 players on 4 points. And all of those players have got 3 games
100.
left. The only person who will have played twice after that would be the person who's already through.
Well, Jamie Atkins basically plays as batter for the rest of the group and they play other players. That'll effectively be what happens from this point onwards.
60.
Have you noticed that Mcewan seems to be missing just a little bit high? It's not just on his tops, it's on his 60 as well.
93.
Jamie Atkins will be a little bit like Ben Duckett. He'll be batting and his opponents will be putting an arm around him. Such as our Deep earlier on today.
100.
Yeah, see what you like about that situation. I didn't like it.
No, their sledging and that kind of took it to another extreme, didn't
The
it?
only time I can think of a situation like that in darts was when Peter Wright was
95.
playing Gezi Price at the Worlds. And when Snakey won the first set, he actually went up to Price and said, "Do you see what I did there? I won that first set." And I was looking at my colleagues at the time saying, "My, this is going to be spicy."
44.
It really was. But it's sport, isn't it? First rule, don't touch an opponent at all.
134.
Oh, do you remember that game of the World Championship, the semi-final? Phil and Barney. The handshake.
That's nothing. You wouldn't believe what happens backstage before some of these games. Some of the control freaks that like to give you the odd jab in the
85.
arm. You might think it's inconsequential. No, it's a tactic.
Double top, and this time he's got a little bit of space, Van der Velde, to win this leg.
59.
He's going to need more opportunities. He's needed more opportunities all game.
And this is where your positive self-talk's got to kick in here. Because the negative self-talk is, I could be 3-0 up.
99.
The positive side is, I've got double 10. Let's get into this game.
Game's
he
on
is
the
into the
third
game.
leg. Jurjen
And
van
that's
der
a break
Velde.
back. The game returns to throw.
Fourth leg, it's Jurjen to throw first. Game on.
What do you think of Jurjen's dart shirt? Do you like it?
It's very generic, isn't it?
96.
I think it's quite good. I think it's a little bit understated. But looking at all those dots, it looks like the most complicated game of solitaire I've ever seen.
To be honest, if you look at the
27.
patterns on his shirt, it looks like the set of the dating show Take Me Out.
They've definitely not got that in the Netherlands.
140.
A show which I'll never go on because if I went on, I'd be the first person in history of which all 30 lights would have gone out in the first round.
Give it a rest, Deacon. What is it he says? No likey, no lighty.
123.
Pew, 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 pew.
I genuinely have no comment to that. You sounded like a soft tip board from
95.
over in Asia that they have for Darts Live. That's the kind of sound effects they make.
Welcome along to those tuning into the Super Series for the very first time. Vanderldera leaving 170 to level this game up at 2 apiece.
Well, how about we have a
43.
170 finish in every game tonight?
Yeah, you never quite
So keep the trend going, Jurgen. Maybe later.
96.
We have to say, in every single leg in this game, somebody's been there or thereabouts towards completing a leg after a dozen darts. It's been a decent contest.
92.
It's not one that will go down
Yeah, you never quite
in
74.
darts goal, but it's not one that will go down into the list of games we should delete from our minds for all time. It's double top for Vanderldera, who was 2-0 down in this game,
Game
to
on the
level this
fourth leg.
contest up at 2
Jurgen
apiece.
Vanderldera.
I'm just looking at the leg difference
Looks like it's Jim to throw
of
first.
second position
Game on.
to fifth position. There's 3 legs between the bottom 4. This is going to get interesting.
100.
Because this group is so tightly packed, points-wise, leg difference-wise, and, of course, the amount of talent and reputation we've got on show,
140.
I can feel that something dramatic's going to happen. Atkins through means that only 2 more people can join him. So one of Walker, Vanderldera, Mcewan, or Quantock.
93.
Actually, 2 of them have got to go. Someone is going to leave this place tonight heartbroken.
$123.
Heartbreak and dartache for somebody come the end of this evening's action here in Portsmouth. And it could be the defending champion potentially who finds himself on the chopping block.
There's absolutely no guarantee, just because you are the
58.
defending champion, that you're going to get through.
Well, just tell Jim Mcewan he won the title and the next time he played didn't make it through to Saturday.
Well, how about Jose de Souza? When he won the Grand Slam, 2 years later, he wasn't in the tournament.
100.
He couldn't defend the money.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go through the history of champions and in terms of their attempts after winning the title. Conor Whitehead won the first series.
180.
Mcewan piles in at 180 to leave himself on 70. Vanderldera looking at 138.
1 down. 2 down.
120.
Fabulous try.
Jimmy requires 70.
What's weird is that Vanderldera could have won this game 5-0 by now.
It's like a Richie Burnett story, isn't it?
That top sped really has been pesky to Chucky, hasn't it?
Require 18.
No doubt in his mind he's splitting this. Old school. 3 6s.
12.
Didn't get the
Jimmy
third one.
require 20.
Hit double 5 earlier. He's had so many doubles surrounded in this game. It's getting a little bit silly, this one. Mcewan's had 14 darts at a double and hit 2 of them.
Game shown the
There's
fifth
the other
egg.
6.
Jurgen Vanderldera.
This is more frustration for the Scot.
Sixth flag, it's
He's not getting
Jurgen
that
to throw
hot
first.
start that he had last
Game
night.
on.
And if this young Dutch lad goes on to get the victory, he will go to second position. He'll be the first person to go to 6 points since Jamie Atkins did yesterday.
Well, this is the history of defending champions here at the Super Series. Now, Darius Labanauskas and Raymond Smith have not defended titles that they've won. Conor Whitehead, the Series 1 champion, went out in the group stage of the Saturday in the series after he won. Luke Little going to retain his trophy, and then the series after that losing the semi-final of a Saturday to Sebastian Białecki. Jimmy Mcewan got 2 shots when he won
58.
in the series after he won. Didn't qualify for the Saturday in his first chance. Got to the semi-final of the Saturday in his second. Andreas Harrison, after winning his series title, was runner-up in his week in Series 8. Scott Taylor was runner-up in his series in his week,
59.
in Series 7 after winning in Series 6. The record of champions getting through to the Champions Week after they won the title, well, it's virtually non-existent apart from the one occasion
100.
that somebody successfully defended the whole thing.
You mean the person who gave the trophy to Jim Mcewan?
Yes. It's a poisoned chalice, it seems.
43.
It's just very hard to do.
But in saying that, it's a hard tournament to win because you're playing it over 13 weeks. You've got 144 players. And so winning it once is an achievement in itself. And to
140.
replicate and repeat it again just to get through to back-to-back Champions Weeks, irrespective of your positioning, is a task in itself.
There is a thought process that nobody ever wins another one. So all of the previous
81.
winners, there's no guarantee that Jim wins another one. There's no guarantee that Scott Taylor in 2 weeks' time will get his second one. Littler might be the only person who wins 2 of these in the next 10, 15 years.
140.
Because there are so many great players at this level, it would be somewhat just
42.
if we have so many different champions.
Yeah, number 163.
Well, this for the match for a man who made it through to the World Youth Final last year. Jurgen Vanderldera looking at double 12 and getting double 12 to seal the game for 14 data and just giving himself a little bit of breathing space in second position in the group. On to 6 points and looking rather pretty. That opening defeat for Jensen Walker, twinned with that win, has put him in a very good position. That's the tail of the tape from that one. Really good performance. Averaged just under 95. 4 from 12 on his doubles. Coming up after the break, we're going to see Chris Quantock for the first time tonight up against Jamie Atkins.
Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score, leaves himself on a 2 darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Gave wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie,
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Game number 3 of the evening session is a meeting between Jamie Atkins and Chris Quantock. Before the break, Vanderldera got the better of Jim Mcewan by 4 legs to 2. That moves him on to 6 points and moves him into a very good position to try and qualify through. He actually holds the aces now in the race for second position. Jamie Atkins can pretty much wrap the group win up with a win here against Chris Quantock, the 37-year-old from Warwick, who got the better of Jensen Walker in at times a seemingly tempestuous game. For Quantock, the 34-year-old from Yorker, former weekly winner, felt as if he never really got going last night. There were signs of some decent stuff, but intertwined with it were a couple of performances that he maybe will not want to look back on. Somebody who doesn't play all the time, he'll be the first to admit that. And actually, we do tend to see from him, particularly in his Group B campaigns, him have a better second night than he does a first night. However, the way the group is, the way the land lies, he gets off to a good start here. He's still very much in play. He'd be 11 on points with Jensen Walker. He'd leapfrog Jim Mcewan in the table, and everything would still be possible for him.
96.
Yeah, even though he is bottom of the table, there are still a lot of possibilities because he's got the most games left.
60.
Quite simply, if he goes through the card tonight, he gets 8 points. We know for a fact he's going to qualify because
43.
if everybody's got points and if you get to 10, you're guaranteed to be on Saturday. So, is it inconceivable that Quanny
41.
can win 4 games tonight? I can't think of a reason.
We know how good a player he is.
58.
We know the quality he's got, and if he can just harness it on any given evening, he is a dangerous quantity.
If I may slightly rephrase
81.
your sentence, we both know how good a player he can be. But as to whether he is that player right now,
140.
that's the question mark. And we hover that question mark over players like Chris because, in his own words, he doesn't play as much as other people do.
164.
164 for Atkins. Didn't have to chase it, not going to chase
100.
it. Everything he does has a rhyme and reason behind it. Doesn't do anything for the sake of, oh yeah, I fancy this. He is somebody
85.
that is so in tune
Jamie
with
with
every
164.
single fibre of his game.
32.
Yeah, well thrown, but just not in the
194.
target. That is. Is this?
74.
Well, you hear what he
Jamie
thought of that
required
one.
32.
That was not close.
Game shot on the
That
first
is.
leg, Jamie Atkins.
He just can't put a foot wrong. Even when
Second leg, it's Chris to throw first.
he gives a shot to his opponent,
on.
they miss and they invite him in again. We spoke with Lee Evans after this afternoon.
81.
He fully admitted, I think I might have got a bit of fortune today. But boy, did he take advantage of it. Jamie Atkins has had his fair bit of fortune.
100.
especially against Quanny yesterday.
Do you remember yesterday when we put a couple of question marks behind the 5-2 favourite tagger Jamie Atkins? Just on the basis of he hasn't played as much this year. He hasn't quite had the stellar season that he had in 2024. Well, he's turned up this week, and this really could be the elevation towards his season. This could be the thing that really kickstarts his 2025 as we head towards the final few months, the business end of the calendar year.
Can't get away from the fact that there were
45.
48 darts at a double in this fixture in the early hours of this morning.
100.
As far as doubling displays are concerned, it wasn't great. And the expression on Jamie's face at the end told you everything you need to know.
180, because you're 120.
There were 3 of those in their fixture this morning. Tops.
Game
That's
shown
more
the
like
second
it.
leg. Chris Quantock.
We have a quality game here.
That's the type of quality that Chris Quantock has. And actually, last night, found a couple of ton plus checkouts. 1-2-1 and a ton on the nose. But it did feel like Chris was kind of playing in moments, wasn't he, yesterday evening? He had flashes like that, but wasn't able to muster excellence on as consistent a basis as perhaps he would have liked.
You speak to any experts within the sport, and you show them a player over the course of a couple of days.
91.
They can tell who is putting in the hours, who is playing on various tours, who's showing that level of sharpness.
125.
You look at Steve Beaton this week. Does he strike you as someone who isn't sharp? Because he's busy. He's always
57.
putting in the reps, whether it's at an exhibition, whether it's here, big seniors event. He's always doing
81.
something under pressure. So when you have players like Jamie and Chris, who maybe aren't playing as readily as they have
58.
in the past, are they as sharp as Beaton is right now? I don't think they are.
66.
But they can maybe get closer to that if they can just make Saturday. And Jamie already has.
And it's going to be a very
39.
competitive Saturday night field. You just get that sense.
Pressure required 129.
Maybe Pallet played excellently, didn't he, over the last couple of days, and really getting towards the type of David that we saw a few years ago, really begin to move back in the right direction. Jamie last night averaged 19. That was despite all the misses he had on the outer ring, a lot of them in this particular fixture. If he can round that all together, then he's going to be a threat himself tomorrow evening.
Yeah, imagine averaging 90 for the night.
139.
26% on doubles.
Game shown the third
All of a sudden,
leg.
Quantock has found a friend in tops.
Sure to be mentioned as well, we reckon about 90 average is probably going to be the bubble to qualify yourself for Group A at Champions Week. And I very much get the sneaky suspicion that whoever
60.
qualifies out of this week is probably going to be playing the full week at Champions Week.
That's one of the great things about week 11. Because at the end of it, we almost know where the players are going to be playing come Champions
93.
Week. That is something that we will highlight in week 12, which, let's face it, is full of reputation.
41.
Week 12 tends to be a very strong week. In the past, it was a week where kind of the best runners up or players have had a decent run but maybe found themselves a little bit hard done by, used to get their second knock, didn't they? Those days are very much gone now. But my word, have we got some
45.
talented players for you. The debut of Vincent Vanderldera, Danny Van Tripe returning, Cameron Carrolis, and the best player in Africa right now, bar none.
58.
It's not disputable. It's not disputable.
Hey, I'm not disputing it.
68.
Don't want you to go on your soapbox like you did yesterday, that's all.
Henry, I agree with you. Cameron is the best player in Africa right now.
140.
If I didn't agree with you, I would say so.
I'm glad we bought that one up.
140.
Atkins 70 for 2-2.
Double 16.
Game show on the 4 flag.
Well, that
Jamie
one is just like the Atkins diet. All meat, no veg. Move on. Beautiful.
5th flag, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
Well, Quanny could be close to the Swanee in terms of his hopes of making it through for Jamie Atkins. Emblazing his Wolverhampton
58.
colours tonight. Actually, wearing Wolverhampton Wanderers socks this evening is Jamie.
140.
Doesn't want us to get confused after previous episodes.
What do you mean when he's wearing a shirt that was more like Aston Villa?
58.
Yes.
Hey, he wore the shirt. He wore the colours. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they're both seeing hi-ho silver lining.
60.
That's a regional thing, though, isn't it? I wonder how he feels about losing Cunha to Manchester United.
And Aitanuri.
To Manchester City.
42.
I'm sure the goalkeeper's gone as well, isn't he? Jose Sarr?
Oh, has he?
I think so, yes.
59.
Figure it out. Clubs like Wolverhampton Wanderers have got to be really shrewd in the transfer market. They don't have the money of other clubs.
Just get the sense that with the teams that are coming up being a bit stronger, I think they could be one of those that have a
51.
long season this season.
I think they'll be okay. I think they've got someone at the helm who'll keep them honest.
124.
Puts himself in position to take the lead here against Atkins.
140.
We did have a situation before the last match where we could potentially have 4 players on 4 points. That's not going to happen.
80.
But Quantock can
Jamie
still get to 4 points and put
152.
Mcewan at the bottom if he beats Atkins.
Well, decision to make, Chris. Do you
64.
go directly for the
Chris
double
with a
19 or
138.
do you elect to split? Splits, but doesn't find the single 6. So it's going to be 2 in hand, a double 14. Now double 7. And all of a sudden
24.
things could get dicey.
Jamie require 88.
I'm with you. I don't think he was going for that single 10.
Just knocked him off stride, didn't it? I think that reaction said all you needed to know. Double 14. Which is ironic because Quantock didn't want to leave that.
On the 5th flag.
Didn't find it.
Jamie
Atkins did want to leave it. And he does get. And he leads 3-2.
6th flag, it's Chris to throw first.
That was genuinely one of the best reactions to any situation in the series. Quanny is a very unassuming lad. He's a lovely kid. But that was one of, I know where the lens is.
60.
This is how I'm feeling. And he's probably feeling very familiar compared to last night because he let points slip last night. He really did.
60.
He could have beaten Atkins. He ended up losing 4-3. It might happen again.
81.
He did beat Mcewan in his 3rd game, and he might have to do it
96.
again. I think we're
81.
getting to the stage where Jamie's playing pretty good. He's not playing his best darts,
77.
but nobody can beat him.
He's from Warwick. You'll never beat Jamie Atkins, it
139.
seems, in this group.
$98. Chris, you require 140.
Okay, so now he has to ride the wave of the big fish again.
100.
Atkins has
Jamie
already got one
require
tonight.
170.
How about consecutive games for consecutive wins?
Not the same as the last time.
The only thing he'll be reeling in is that smile from his face.
119.
So good recovery
Official
following the
record,
first
forward.
start has forced the issue of Quantock. Tops to take us all the way to the last leg. Double 10. 2 5s. Does not go,
35.
and that should be curtains.
Jamie
People are
requires
struggling to
51.
beat Atkins. It's as simple as that. He must have cast a spell on people in this group.
Well, Quantock can't say he hasn't had his chances in this game. And it's a game that comes to a close. And it's a win, which
Jamie
makes it
Atkins.
6 on the spin for Jamie Atkins. A 4-2 success against Chris Quantock means that he's pretty much unassailable at the top of the group. And his next prerogative now will be to see whether he can join the 16-point club. Atkins 4, Quantock 2. That's the tale of the tape. The difference really in the checkouts. 4 out of 5 for Atkins. 2 out of 10 for Quantock. Vanderldera Walker. Big game this next. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Jamie Atkins beat Chris Quantock by 4 legs to 2. Our fourth game of the night is a meeting between Julian Vanderldera and Jensen Walker. And this game really does have huge significance attached to it. For Jensen, losing his first game has put himself into little bit of turmoil, but actually he's been aided and abetted by the results elsewhere, because Jurjen winning his match against Jimmy Atkins put him onto 6 points, and Jamie Atkins winning his match against Chris Quantock means that the damage has kind of been limited for him. He's on 4 points, and if he wins this one, he would move 4 points clear of Mcewan and Quantock, who go head-to-head in the next game.
First leg, it's you.
And effectively, it would be a case of if Walker was to win this match, him and Jurgen would both be on 6. 4 clear of Mcewan and Quantock. Guaranteed to be 4 clear of one of them. 2 clear of the winner of that particular game. It would be the best damage limitation job he could possibly do. But if Jurgen wins this match, then in terms of his qualification through to Saturday night's final, he'd pretty much be there, won't he? He'd be on 8 points. But then Mcewan and Quantock be 4 off with 4 to play. It wouldn't be a mathematical confirmation, but it'd be pretty much as good as. And he's going about his business so far really well in this game.
134.
Yeah, I think Walker's got to keep tabs on Vanderldera for the rest of the night. That starts by trying to beat him here. But if Jurjen gets the result, and only his 2nd win in their 5th turn of the week.
140.
You're right. He's really close.
104. Yeah, and you require 81.
So 81 left after just 9 darts for Jurjen Vanderldera. Positive start out the gate for the young Dutchman. Double 13.
68.
Would have been for a dozen darter.
Jensen, you require 167. $84. Yeah, you require 13.
This is a tricky out. Decent single.
5.
Opens the door for
Jensen,
Walker.
you require 83.
This is what he was hoping for. Can you win these little battles? That's the question.
58.
Not on this occasion.
Yeah, and you require.
Well, for as well as Jurjen Vanderldera scored in his opening game against Jimmy Mcewan, he did need opportunities to win legs. And he needs a second chance to win this opening one of this match.
Game shot.
Well, he squeezed that through for the eye of a needle, a clip off the barrel and in.
I'm not sure how that went in, but it did.
Game on.
He obviously knows something about how his darts behave that a lot of us don't.
81.
Well, Jurjen got that lucky ricochet.
54.
And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
It's always good to be talented and lucky.
85.
Might as well have both.
Do you remember Andreas Harrison's old shirt? Had a phrase on the back of it, didn't it? Are you feeling lucky?
From a very famous set of movies.
Yeah, I'm sure
60.
the copyright artist said, can you please stop wearing that? We're not going to see Andreas at Champions Week. We will see him as part of the Sweden team of the international pairs. I've heard that actually they're going to do an interesting different formation in the way that they're going to play in terms of they're going to... So Andreas and Anton will throw in different ways. So it'll be player A, B, B, A.
That's terrible, Henry.
95.
That is not terrible from that young Dutchman. That is very good board management.
132.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure applied,
32.
just in case. Did take him a little bit of time to get over the line in the first leg, but not in the second.
Jurjen Vanderldera.
He's beginning to stretch his legs tonight, is Jurjen Vanderldera. Just beginning to show that quality, which is seeing him get to a World Youth final.
Do you know when I was at school, if any kid
28
looked like Jurjen, they'd all get the same nickname. They've just called him the Milky Bar Kid.
81.
Because back in the 80s and the 90s, there was a very famous commercial from said chocolate bar company. And they had someone who was with blonde hair and glasses. And it was the Milky Bar Kid. It was never said in a mean way, because all of the kids who look like Jurgen would just come back with the saying, "The Milky Bars are on me."
And then in the next advert, a red car and a blue car had a race.
That was a good advert.
What was the other one? 5 o'clock feeling, wasn't it? Was that Crunchy?
That was a Friday feeling.
96.
Some of the most famous commercials in UK history have great sayings attached to them for eternity.
99.
And miraculously, someone who's involved in sport, or was when he was alive,
140.
actually made some of these up, because Murray Walker used to work in marketing. Used to be a bunch of sweets. And their saying was made to make your mouth water. Murray Walker actually made that up.
144.
Fascinating stuff. Double 16.
28.
Oh, that one's not like a bunch of chewy sweets. That's more like a song that says, well, put your hands on your hips. Well, swing your knees in time if you find 94 more.
Game shot.
Oh, that is absolutely killer.
Vanderldera.
That's like getting kicked in the shins for a run-up. That is hurtful.
Game on.
And just did it so nonchalantly that he hardly broke sweat. But whilst he looks like nothing's happened, Jensen Walker is cutting a real desolate figure. Throwing first to stay in this match, has to inform the spin.
I like that he's taking a bit of a time out there, because that really was a hurtful finish.
85.
Sometimes you've got to be able to soak those in and then re-establish motivation. He's going to have to win 4 straight legs to win this match now. And if he doesn't,
57.
He's going to stay on 4 points. Just 2 ahead of Mcewan and Quantock, who play next.
78.
If that game is tight, Walker will go into the last quarter of the group in the top 3.
121.
But he would do so after losing 3 straight games, which won't be doing his confidence a great deal of good right now.
Yeah, there tends to be, or seems to be, shall I say, a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes about Jensen right now. Actually, talk about Murray Walker. Do you realise he never actually quit his job? Never quit his job when he was working on Formula 1. Still did the 9 to 5 while I was travelling around the world.
45.
He was that kind of guy, wasn't he?
That kind of generation, wasn't it?
You almost brought up one of my favourite sayings just now. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
That's another commercial, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Wow.
But if we constantly say if and but,
45.
and we got everything our own way, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. That's what it's all about.
64.
Sometimes you got to take one in the shins.
Well, Vandervelde's making the kick on this
48.
Friday. Couldn't quite find the double 16 to wrap up a 4-0 win. But if Walker's going to stay in this contest, he has to find the 155. He's not going to. It's been the far from ideal start to the night for Jensen. Lost 4-3 in his opener. And it looks like now he's on the cusp of a 4-0 defeat to Jurgen Vandervelde. He's been the big move of this evening. And that 4-0 success puts him very much on the cusp. Jensen Walker, the reigning champion, head in hands at the back of the stage. Is he beginning to see his title defence slip away? Well, that was a very cold look into the camera And that was a very quick exit for Jurjen Vanderldera. He's not going to get embroiled in anything. He just wants to get his job done. And he's very close to getting his job done. 4 points clear. He'll be of 4th place come the end of the next game between Chris Quantock and Jim Mcewan. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where the defending champion Jensen Walker is in a world of trouble. 2 defeats of 2 in his opening couple of matches tonight means that he is seeing his chances of making it through to Saturday on his defence is in significant danger, in significant trouble. Game 5, a meeting between Jim Mcewan and Chris Quantock, a game which has a real feel of an eliminator. The loser of this game probably heads towards the scrap heap in terms of qualification. Through to tomorrow night's finale here on the South Coast. Mcewan is probably wondering what went wrong last night. Kicked off the season with a 4-2 defeat to Jurjen Vanderldera. Had opportunities. He missed 12 darts at a double in that game. That was the undoing for him there. Because Quantock, well, he lost 4-2 to Jamie Atkins. Kind of the same story for him, really. Had the 120 check-up, but missed 8 darts at a double against Jamie, who was 4 out of 5 in terms of his finishing in that particular contest. This game brings us towards the halfway point of this evening's schedule here on the South Coast.
34.
so far so good for Jamie Atkins and Jurjen Vandervelder, who's kind of establishing himself as the best of the rest now in this Group B.
59.
I think we're starting to see something from Jamie and Jurjen that we're not getting from the other three, which is a consistent level of performance. Things have been rather
59.
erratic for Jim, for Chris, and now for Jensen over the course of a night and a half.
60.
However, it very much looks like it's going to be Atkins, Vandervelder, one of the other three, and if I can be frank right now, Henry, I haven't got the foggiest who else is
92.
going to qualify, because it is really tight.
I think we can definitely rubber stamp Jamie Atkins. We can pretty much rubber stamp Jurjen. And I've got to agree with you. I think
140.
this is an absolute minefield for the other spot from this point onwards.
Well, someone's got to stand up and be counted now. I know that young Jensen was disappointed at losing that game 4-0 just now, but
140.
if how he
Chris,
feels at
142.
this second continues for the rest of the night, he's not going to qualify. You've got to pick yourself up quickly.
110. Jimmy requires 76.
He's got a couple of games off. He's got Quantock in game 7. He's got to strike there. As for these guys, the time to strike is right now.
Double 18 for McEwan.
Game shown
Into the top corner.
Jim
And
McEwan.
that, a breaker throw for Chucky.
When he throws that, he
Second
doesn't
leg
think
against
that's in.
Jim to throw first. Game on.
He's staring at that dart through the air, and you almost feel like it's flying in slow motion. You think it's going in double one, and then it just snags that little corner of double 18, and you find a little bit of relief.
Why am I getting a feeling, Nico, that game
6.
10 tonight could be an eliminator? Because game 10 is Jensen Walker up against Jim McEwan.
That's
60.
under the provision that Quantock doesn't play well in his next 3 games. He's got game on, game off. And of the next 5 games, he's playing 3 of them. So this is where he's really got to find his best form of this group. If he does, he could actually be through
140.
before McEwan and Walker play each other. But I get what you're saying here. If things are a bit scratchy between now and the end game,
57.
that could be a knockout match to see who goes through and who doesn't.
$100.
I think Jim's better off staying in Portsmouth, you know, over the next few weeks. The weather forecast for southwest Scotland for next week is not good.
135.
We're talking proper windy, as in 85, 90 mile an hour winds. So do yourself a favour, Jim. Win this week. Hang around in Portsmouth for a week and play a Champions Week.
123.
Yeah, Jim was telling me this morning, went for a little bit of a stroll, just went to kind of see a surveillance of his
81.
local
Jimmy Rock
surroundings,
178.
just kind of eating up a bit of time during the day, getting a bit of fresh air, just loosening himself up for tonight. And looking to open up a 2-0 lead.
38.
That tops hasn't worked for him this evening, has it? Not one bit.
And the miss at tops, about 75% of the time, is about 2 millimetres
100.
high.
Jimmy require 40.
So it's been a consistent miss. That was just a bad dart.
$30.
His doubling
Because you require
is not to his
68.
liking in this entire group by a country mile.
16 for double.
36.
Does not go. And so McEwan
Jimmy
presented
require
with
10.
another chance to open up a 2-leg lead. He's needing lifelines and a lot of them. Eventually
on the
mops
second
this leg up.
Jim McEwan.
But boy, is Jim McEwan making hard work of it.
Third
I've
leg,
seen
it's
him in a
Chris to
group
throw
like this
first.
before.
Game on.
and I've seen him thrive. In a Group B situation many series ago,
100.
he was playing just like this. Two people were soaring towards Saturday. And then there was a dogfight between the other three. It was at this point where Mcewan said, right, it's going to be me, so I'm going to play properly. And he played stunning darts in the last couple of rounds. He's not quite there yet.
100.
But if he can get the jump here on Quantock, he will then have his sights set on Walker. He's got Atkins in game 8, but that's going to be Jamie's last match.
60.
He's already through.
Well, the big one for Quantock's Jensen Walker in his next game. Providing he gets the job done here, and he's going to need to do the same
60.
here.
Well, let's say that Quantock doesn't get the victory here. It's actually Walker that can send Quantock home.
And then it would be the scenario where that game between Mcewan and Walker is a de facto knockout.
36.
I'll pay homage to the odds compilers because they said that Jamie Atkins was going to win this group. They were right. He's going to win this group.
100.
Win it at Canto as well. Well, they could actually pretty much get it spot on position by position. Because last night, Atkins was 5-2, Yerlian 3-1 second favourite, Walker 10-3 third favourite, Mcewan 10-3 fourth favourite, Quantock 6-1 fifth favourite. They could get it position to position, bang on.
That doesn't happen every week.
90.
May as well, they even bother playing the games. I'm being facetious.
I know you are. I know you are. Well, look how good this is.
137.
Very, very useful.
Chris, you're at 51.
Quantock is 0 from 1 on the doubles.
Games
But
on the third
that
leg.
is very
Chris
necessary. He doesn't hit that 32. Mcewan is staring at 3-0 in the face.
Game on.
About time, he says.
He's turning into a gift machine. Who'd have thought that about Quanny? This unassuming little lad from Yorkshire who barely says a word to anyone when he comes in here. He's a lovely, lovely guy. But he's very understated. And next thing you know, he's becoming a camera superstar.
100.
And he is an absolute gentis, Chris, when you get the chance to spend 5 minutes with him. Really nice guy. Really easy company.
121.
That's what I like about people from Yorkshire. They're lovely people. They're very down to earth. And in the nicest possible way, they're uncomplicated.
140.
Because they know what they want from life. They do the hard work and they go and get it. There are some people in Yorkshire who have a few frills. But if you want to stay down to earth with all of your Yorkshire folk, they'll keep you honest.
We've seen some great success from Yorkshire players this year at the Super Series.
43.
Well, Jamie Atkins can put the seal on his Group B win with a victory over Yerlian Vanderldera. He'll be able to dot the I's and cross the T's in Game 6. Well, he was going to move across anyway, but that dangler with Dart 2 just made ultra sure that he was going to. Not for the first time tonight. He's left himself tops after 12.
60.
Okay, so what happens this time then? The next installment of Jim versus Tops. Tops wins. The sequel, Tens.
No score.
No. That was a box office mud pie.
But Quantock's not going to punish with a 158, and so Mcewan is going to get 3 more. At the top of the board to move 2 clear, needing just 1 more for a big victory and to effectively send Quantock home. When he gets there in the end, he's needed chances, needed opportunities, but they've been afforded to him by his opponent. Mcewan 3-1 to the good and now 1 away from a seismic win.
60.
Nobody said that Super Series life was easy. This situation is anything but easy. Sometimes you have to win when you're not playing your best darts.
90.
There is that straying to the left again as he looks at the board. There was a lot of that last night.
100.
What he would say is a visit that should yield 140 points minimum. He walks away with 90.
Well, that first dart hasn't been there as often tonight for Jim McEwan as it was yesterday evening. And when that first dart hits there, that is by and large the end outcome. The byproduct.
55.
And Quantock now looking like a bystander in this game. Because McEwan is beginning to head for home and beginning to open up daylight between him and Quantock, who now looks destined for the exit door. And now McEwan's next
57.
challenge is to chase down Jensen Walker, who he faces in the final game of the evening session.
If Quanny does lose this game, he's going to have to beat Walker. He's going to have to beat Vanderldera. And he's going to have to hope that 6 points
100.
and a decent leg difference is going to be enough. It might not be. And Quanny's problem is the two people he's trying to usurp are going to play each other after he's finished.
115.
At the start of this game, that was looking like a strength. Now it's very much a weakness because of what's happening in this result.
55. Jimmy,
So this for the match, and this for a 4-1 win, which probably puts Quantock home, and it puts Jim McEwan prettily into the picture. Double top. It's not happening for him, that double. Neither is
39.
double 10. And Quantock gets one last
131.
opportunity. Hail Mary time for Quanny. Hail Mary time. Is he going to find the end goal? Yes, he is.
On the fifth
How
leg.
about that for an ice
Chris
cold
Quantock.
stunner from Quantock?
Six flag against Jim to throw first.
I like that mark of respect from Jim. He's giving him the fist pump as if to say, yeah, great shot, pal. However, inside he'll be thinking, you dirty little rascal. But then again, he's had 2 darts for the match there. He hits either tops or tens. Quanny doesn't get that shot.
And how many times do we say that this is a game about restricting opportunities for your opponent? McEwan was unable to do that, and so can have no qualms about being punished for it.
$140.
Good recovery. Quanny's just got to find some scoring from somewhere. It's been too erratic.
100.
Hasn't had a great deal of 140s in this game, just the 2. Has had a couple of 2 treble visits elsewhere.
$55.
There it is again. It keeps coming into his game, this shoving of the dart to the left-hand side.
100.
Maybe tons are going to be good enough here for Quanny. He's had plenty of them.
Red pen territory in terms of the tons.
$120.
Hat stand, anyone?
And that is a hat stand.
That is a hat stand.
Not to be deciphered for other tungsten movements.
What does Quanny want to do here? 23 scored, leaves 178. 18s is the call.
43.
Okay, don't listen to me.
Give me 146.
There's very little difference between 158 and 160 anyway. You still need 2 treble 20s to get to a double.
He took out the 1-3-1 in the previous leg to save the match. He's
58.
now being forced to
Fish,
take out a
158.
1-5-8 to save the contest. Not again. No, not again.
Did have the option of the 18s as well.
Jimmy require 88.
6 18s would have left 50. 1 18 leaves 50. 3 18s leave 2 7s.
74.
Opportunities to win this match have been squandered in 2 legs. 3 match starts, miss all told. Tops are Quantock.
Game.
He is using up more lives than a Persian cat right now. But is he going to be purring come the end of this leg? Mcewan shakes his head. He knows he's had opportunities to win this game, win it comfortably, and to send his opponent effectively packing. But all of a sudden, 54. The boot could be on the other foot if Quantock can win this leg. And he has the darts to hand, but he's come off trebleless.
Here's how tight this situation is behind Vanderldera and Atkins. If Quantock wins this leg,
140.
He's going to have 4 points, just like Jensen Walker. But Mcewan, Quantock, and Walker would all have the same leg difference of -5. That's how close this is. If Mcewan wins this leg, he goes to 4 points, and his leg difference is -3. We're talking about tiny margins for the rest of the night behind the top 2.
40.
Just get the feeling that this is a bigger leg for Chris than it is for Jim.
Well, for the 3rd leg consecutively, Jim Mcewan has got time to win this match. 6 starts on 2-2-1 to eventually dispatch the man from York.
85.
This is a very good leg from Jim. You want to be on a finish after 9 in every leg you play. It's not going to happen.
43.
But to do it in a leg like this
136.
is a fine effort.
Not to be, all about setting up now, and that's why he's going to chase for cover.
58.
This leg isn't over. Jim's had 3 darts, hit a double.
140.
From 13 attempts.
Jimmy requires 78.
This is not a sure thing. But this is definitely the biggest shot of his group.
The 3rd leg where he's had a dart to beat Chris Quantock. And at long last, he finds that match-winning double. And for Chris Quantock, well, he was given a glimmer of hope in that last leg. But it looks like his hopes of making it through to another Saturday are beginning to evaporate. Jim Mcewan's put himself in the best possible position. He's eventually beaten Chris Quantock by 4 legs to 3. Jamie Atkins could win the group who beats Jurjen Vanderldera next.
$54. Charlie require 164. 44. 32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
jockey with
20.
a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Gave wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
Hello, welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we're at the halfway point of tonight's action. And what have we learnt this evening? Well, I will tell you some of the things that we've learnt on Friday the 1st of August at 11:45 in the evening. Jamie Atkins is through to the finale, and he can top the group with one more victory. Vanderldera is very, very close to joining him as well. He's won both of his matches and is on to 8 points. We've also learnt that Jensen Walker is sliding down a very, very slippery slope. He's lost both of his matches so far and is finding himself down in the tungsten trapdoor. Jim Mcewan, well, he's leapfrogged Jensen Walker into third position in the table. And we've not learned really anything about Chris Quantock. He's bottom of the table and not won a game yet. But let's move into the second half of the night's action, shall we? With a meeting between Jamie Atkins and Vanderldera here at the Live Lounge in Port. So game number 6 of the night. The asset, Paul Nicholson, is with me here in commentary. And if Jamie Atkins wins this game, then he will top the group.
This starting bit was brought to you by Henry Deacon's favourite energising drink. And moving on to the darts now.
You've got to have a little bit of fun every now and then, Nico, otherwise it's not worth it.
Couldn't agree more. Well, these guys actually can have a little bit of fun in this game. Jamie knows he's through. Jurgen knows he's very
First leg,
close.
it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
Now, we know that if Jamie wins this game, he's going to be winning the group. But if Jurgen wins, he's going to be going to Saturday for sure. So something's about to happen.
58.
This is a really good game, wasn't it? On Thursday night. Maybe the best game.
37.
It did include the best average of the group. 98.79 for Jurgen in defeat.
180.
I just get the feeling this one's going to go off.
Expect fireworks, expect brilliance, expect 180s,
57.
and expect some dribblers' turns here and there. I think a relaxed Jamie Atkins is a more dangerous Jamie Atkins, you know. I think somebody could be on the
84.
receiving end of him between now and the end of the night.
Maybe even by the end of this week. Could be his week.
78.
You know, I look at games like this, and it reminds me of my old pal John Gwynn. He would love a game like this, and he would sum it up in 3 words, but every word is the same.
39.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. That's what he'd say about a game and a situation like this. He'd love this.
59.
Yeah, we do sorely miss our friend John. Double top. Double 10. And it
Game's on the
goes
first
14
leg.
dart start
Jamie
for
Atkins.
Jamie Atkins. John, who commentated,
Second leg, it's Yo.
one of the very few people to have commentated on both a PDC and BDO World Final on television, and was the man who voiced home Robert Thornton's winning
80.
moment in his last ever commentary game. Imagine your last ever game on commentary being a World Championship final of some description. Sadly lost John not too long after that. But what he would give to see darts like this, what we'd give to see darts like this.
Well, how did that third dart stay in there? Okay.
180.
That treble 20 has obviously angered these two. It is getting a bit of a hiding.
Well, we did say there'd be 180s in this game. 3 so far, we're a leg and a half in.
There were 5 in their game last night. So they do have something to follow.
48.
But they've got plenty of time.
They're not in any rush, these. Well, if anything, they are in a rush. That's what I meant. It's the opposite of not being not in a rush.
100.
But imagine the feeling if you're Jamie Atkins. You're finishing your quarter of games first. You did the late shift last night. You got out after game 10. Yes, he's got the 8 points, but he's put in the long shift. Tonight, when he's finished against Mcewan in game 8, no matter what happens in that one, he's going to pick up his bag, he's going to put on his coat, he's going to say, good luck, lads. I'm going to Saturday. See you there.
Unless he gets an interview in the studio. Vanderldera 134. Looking at tops, can't find it. We saw a brilliant tops finish from Chris Quantock off the back of the 131 of the previous match.
36.
Atkins looking at double 18 for 2 zip. 14 darter in leg 1. 14 darter in leg 2. 107 average for Jamie Atkins, and most importantly for him, a 2-0 lead.
Third leg, it's Jamie to throw first.
This is one of those weeks where you could actually say it's predominantly about the Midlands here in England. Best average of the week, Adam Smith-Neil. 109.31. Didn't make Saturday. Steve Beaton, originally from Coventry, living in Norfolk now.
140.
In Saturday night. Lee Evans, Gloucestershire, Midlands-ish. More southwest, actually. He's through. As is Dave Pallett, who's lived pretty much everywhere from Lincolnshire to Shropshire and the counties in between.
So much so, he could probably be one of the experts on escape to the country or homes under the hammer if they were ever to survey houses and attachment areas nearby that neck of the woods.
81.
I'm assuming that's not your type of television programming.
Well, I'm usually here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't watch it on catch-up then.
131.
Since when have I got time to catch up on things?
Atkins here looking at 130 to open up a 3-0 lead. Averaging here 111.32.
Jamie require 130.
Incredible display. Blowing away Jurgen Vanderldera. Sweeping him into the night air.
He's going to go for the big 20. That's a sign of confidence because a defensive player would go for a 12.
What's the odds this goes second dart for a hat-trick of 14 darters?
140.
I will donate £5 to your chosen charity if he hits it in 2.
Game's on the third.
13 darters even better.
Jamie Atkins.
109.98 the average, 3-0.
I'll make you a promise, I'll still do it.
Fourth leg, it's Jay to throw first. Game on.
Because, let's face it, a world-class display like this is worth its weight in gold. However,
140.
Johnny Barnes was playing pretty well after 3 legs this afternoon. He ended up losing 4-3 in what was a very hurtful defeat for
97.
Johnny. The closest he got to that really memorable display. But he was halted. And he missed 5 match darts and didn't get over the line.
57.
But there's a big difference between Johnny and Jamie. A little bit more experience here. And internationally. That's why he's doing things like that.
180.
Carries on in this vein of form. He could have a top 10 average here. If he breaks 113.43, he will break into the top 10 and he'll knock a couple of performances out of it. 140 here. He could be in situ for a monster of an average. He is pummeling that treble 20.
You're going to start doing your Tony Blackburn impression in a minute.
140.
Right in at number 7, it's Jamie Atkins with 112.95. Well, if he hits 84 in 2,
41.
it's going to be more like 116-ish, isn't it?
84.
He is an elite player. He is a player that can do special things. And that was almost a special performance. You would have seen his average around the 113 mark.
I think Vanderldera understands right now that he is playing someone who is at the peak of his powers.
100. Jamie requires 60.
14, 14, 13, the first 3 winning legs.
Eight.
Well, now the average dovetails below 107.
106.
This is where Jurjen gets into the game, isn't it?
If you're average hunting, you want this to go. And it does go.
But what if you're points hunting?
Yeah,
I like that reaction from Jurjen, actually. He's trying to win this game because he really, really wants to win it and get through with a game to spare. He doesn't want to have any doubt going into his game with Chris Quantock. I like that. That's a great finish.
96.
No, the way he's treating it is, yes, okay, Jamie's playing well, but I don't really care about it. It's not about his great performance. It's about my need of getting through. Guy's got an impeccable attitude. Absolutely impeccable.
$140.
Do yourself a favour. I think Jurgen's going to make it to Saturday night. He's in a really strong position. Before tomorrow night, get on YouTube and find a game that his sister has played. Because the way she looks at the board is exactly the way that he looks at the board.
57. $96.
Well, Atkins looking to finish it off once and for all here. It's not going to be the mesmeric heights of an average in the 110s, but he will be absolutely satisfied with the performance he's put in. He'll be satisfied with the way that his group has gone, all told.
What is it about this fixture, though? It's a bit like Little Rock.
150.
When they play each other,
Jamie,
fireworks. When these guys play, fireworks.
And all of a sudden, Atkins may have to take out the 112 because Vanderldera's left himself on 32 to bring it back to 3-2. It's double 16. And that caps off a special performance for Jamie Atkins. If you're going to win a group, win it in style. And that's exactly what he's done. An average of 105.51. In fact, it was an average that dovetailed towards the end. It was in and around the 110s for large swathes of it. But in the end, just a measly 105.51. But he will happily take that. He'll happily take the group win. And he'll be safe in the knowledge that he's going to be a key competitor tomorrow night. Quantock Walker is next. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series
of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor.
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim Mcewan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow.
Week 12, and only one more chance to qualify for Champions Week. Series 2 winner Raymond Smith makes his return for the first time in 2.5 years. And this time, he's bringing company. Kai Smith will be making his Super Series debut as they become the first father-son duo to play in the same week. But there's stiff competition. Also making his debut, Cameron Carolison, one of the finest players from South Africa. WADC and Women's Week champion Gemma Hayter wants to get her hands on the trophy. As does Danny Van Tripe, the International Pairs Week champion. David Davies returns to the Live Lounge as he looks for a 3rd consecutive Champions Week appearance. But one man stands in their way. The Dutch destroyer Vincent van der Voort makes his long-awaited Super Series debut, and he means business.
And the BAFTA goes to La La Land. Anyway, this is how Week 12 looks here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Raymond Smith, the lineal champion, is returning for the first time since winning the title back in January 2023. Cameron Carolison, Danny Van Tripe and David Davies. With some of the other big names involved, Vincent van der Voort will make his debut alongside the Tour champion Gemma Hayter and Charlie Martin, who was the Tour Championship runner-up. Kai Smith, son of Rays in Group C alongside Dean Finn in Group C. But as far as this Group B is concerned, it is all about SATURDAY nights, as the Bay City Rollers once famously put it, as Jensen Walker and Chris Quantock go head-to-head. It's the 7th game of the evening here We're bringing to you live on Pluto TV. And for Jensen Walker, look, the defending champion, let's put this right, Paul Nicholson. He's in a spot above her.
Slightly is an understatement. He's now got to start playing with a little bit of class and a little bit of accuracy. He finds himself in fourth position in the table. You've got to be in the top 3 to make SATURDAY.
Night.
And if he loses this game, he may even go to the bottom of the table. This is where champions have to recover.
100.
You're not defined by the amount of times that you are put down. There are plenty of times that will happen in your career.
22.
It's how you recover. That's how you are defined in these situations.
57.
Well, we kind of asked the question of Jensen, how is he dealing with this different pressure? Because it is a different pressure, and look, some players are maybe push it to a side, but 48. It's impossible when you are defending a title not to have a different type of attention, a different type of headline on you. And look, Jensen 59. Won his title under the radar in a Champions League which is little of opportunity. But because of what he's won, his position within the game suddenly gets elevated. And you do have to deal with that different pressure.
It's all part and parcel of sport. Look at JJ Spawn.
97.
Won the US Open at Oakmont this summer. Goes to the Open and everybody's starting to look at him playing golf. In previous times.
40.
Who's JJ Spawn again? They check their results, check their apps. Now everybody knows who JJ Spawn is. Everybody knows who Jensen Walker is.
81.
Just how the ecosystem of sport very quickly changes once you get success. Once upon a time, Chris Quantock was a scalp for many. Still a quality player, but has just been able to go under the radar because of a few years in the wilderness. Walker looking at double 18 for the 107, but will come back for 3 more.
That's good pressure.
Jensen, you've required 18.
Double 4.
Game.
Very nice.
He
needed that in a big way. There's been a lot of disappointment in his last 3 games. He's now got to start building some positivity.
Just got to take every single step intrinsically, does Jensen. We're going to qualify through to Saturday's final. Steve Beaton's in the way of the rest of the opposition, having won Group A on Wednesday afternoon. David Pallett and Lee Evans qualifying through earlier on today. Jamie Atkins got the job done tonight. Vanderldera is pretty much there, or very close to being there.
I'd say that's a rather enticing Saturday night.
Oh.
Well, let's face facts. If you haven't got a ticket and you're not doing anything Saturday night and you can get to Portsmouth
100
for a very small fee of a £5 per person. Check that out.
60.
That QR code can send you to the ticketing page for the Modus Super Series.
134.
Get yourself down here Saturday night. It's gonna be great. Week 11, just before Champions Week. Things are getting really interesting now.
Jensen, you're at 139.
Are things heating up in this game? Walker's got 6 on 139.
Yeah.
Controlled performance so far. Quantock,
91.
if we're going to be perfectly honest, hasn't really been able to offer much so far. And Walker making and taking full advantage of it.
Jensen, you're required 48. Game shot on the
Something's
second
starting to
Jensen
click.
Walker.
At just the right time as well.
Third against Christopher first.
Points in this game could elevate Walker to 6 points above Jim Mcewan. He's got 2 games left.
100.
But he's got to play Atkins next. And he's flying.
93. $55. 140.
After the disappointment of the previous game, it seems like he's off the canvas.
58.
Very much Quantock on the ropes now. Him getting out of this jam is looking very unlikely.
58. $83.
There's a rhythm about this game as well. Both are playing at the same sort of
55.
pace. I think they're comfortable with that.
125. Jensen, you've 155.
The only way that Quantock is comfortable is if he is 2-1 down. It's entirely up to him to make it happen.
80.
If he misses this, he's going to be 3-0 down.
70.
That might well be the last big miss that Chris Quantock is afforded.
Jensen, you require 16.
Jensen, looking at the double that won him his Champions Week title. It could be the double that saves his chances of qualifying this time around.
James on the third
He
leg,
finds it.
Jensen
It's
Walker.
3-0. And for Chris Quantock, it might be time to usher the famous
Fourth leg, it's
words
Jensen
of
to throw
David
first.
Bumble Lloyd, the cricket commentator. Start the car.
What's the best way to come back after a
96.
4-0 defeat? It's simple. Win your next game 4-0. Undo all of the damage.
121.
Easier said than done, but it can be done.
180.
Has Raymond Smith arrived a few days early? Because it seems like the guru's been in the building talking some sense into
60.
Jensen.
It's just suddenly all
58.
beginning to click into gear. It's later on in the night, but it may not be too late to change things around for him. If anything, it could be just the nick of time.
125. Jensen, you
This is actually a
167.
nightmare result potentially for Jim McEwan.
Well, he's been put in a position and he's been put into a corner where he's going to have to beat Jamie Atkins. Jamie Atkins,
99.
who a couple of minutes ago averaged 105.5.
$95.
This looks
Jensen,
very
you
close to
require
being
68.
over in about 8 minutes.
The interceptor racing away.
52. Chris, you require 100.
He only found the checkered flag.
Can't find two double tops
40.
this time. Walker is back on that double that won him Series 10.
Jensen,
One
you
last
require
sip.
16.
One last double for 2 points.
Well, for every action, there's a reaction.
12.
He was tinged with disappointment after the game
Which
against
requires
Jurgen
60.
Vanderldera. He almost undid that particular result to a 4-0 win of his own. Quantock,
Game shown the
well, that was
fourth
really
leg.
his group
Chris Quantock.
reliant on that. Walker has the darts, though,
Fifth
to
leg, it's Chris to throw
wrap
first.
it up once and for all.
Game on.
Four darts missed for this match to win 4-0.
57.
At this stage, we don't think that's catastrophic.
93.
But you've got to be able to switch straight back on when you've missed those shots.
100.
These two are the only players in this group who have not won a game tonight.
100.
So their confidence will be very close to the floor.
135. $100.
Only a point between them in this leg.
137.
Is Quantock starting to motor here? If he can keep Walker away from the doubles, who knows what could happen next?
140. Question required.
Well, we really are
72.
into game on or game over territory. Quantock finds this match has a completely different complexion. Tops.
Game
We
shot
have
the
a
fifth
different
leg.
complexion,
Chris
everyone.
Quantock.
This leg.
Sixth leg.
This leg
Jensen
is
to throw
massive
first.
all of a sudden. If Quantock breaks here, anything is possible. And I mean anything is possible.
58.
And Walker's started troublous. He gives himself a round of applause. Is Quantock playing like a
60.
man that's run out of lies and so just playing with freedom and a bit of a free edge?
It seems that way, doesn't it?
96.
But if he can dig his way out of this one, he will cripple the confidence that Walker has built in the first 3.5 legs.
57.
A Quantock win takes him to 4 points with Walker and Mcewan.
139.
And it's Mcewan that's got 2 games left.
For Quantock to qualify, he'd need to win this game, Atkins to win the next, Jurgen to win the one after.
140.
And then the last game.
Well, all bets are off at the minute,
59.
really. We say that it's anything can happen Thursday. It's actually anything can happen Saturday.
100. Jensen
Welcome to Saturday.
149.
Anything can happen from here.
59.
If
Christian
this
required
goes,
144.
hang on to your hats. Hang on to your hat. Oh, it was not far away.
120.
Not far away
Jensen, you
at
required
all.
90.
I don't think Jensen Walker was breathing when that double 12 was being attempted. He's got another dart for the match, and it's at the bull.
65.
It doesn't get any closer than that.
Christian required 24.
You could see the clip of the wire. You could see it stand up to the wire. But could Quantock stand up to the champ? It's one left at double 3.
21.
Inside.
This is one very lucky boy. Quantock should be
Jensen
3-3.
require
Walker has
25.
been let off the hook. He's had 5 darts for the match. He gets more.
And look what it is again. Is lucky number 8 going to be the trump card again for Walker? Yes, it is.
Shot on the match.
Well, he had to survive
Jensen
a
Walker.
real big scare from a courageous Chris Quantock, who now knows his chances of making it through to the big dance is now over. For Jensen Walker, you could see that he's got away with one. He led the game 3-0 and he was comfortable at 3-0. But Quantock reeled off a couple of legs and he missed a few darts to take us all the way. He takes on Jim Mcewan in the last game of the night. How important that's going to be, we're going to find out in a couple of moments' time, because Mcewan takes on Jamie Atkins, who's going to finish off his campaign now.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
jockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe? The first title he wanted 20, he went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we've got a Group B, which is so difficult to decipher. We may well need the Duckworth-Lewis method. Before the break, Jensen Walker got the better Chris Quantock by 4-2. So, for the defending champ, he now puts himself on to 6 points in the table. Mcewan on 4, Quantock on 2, Yo-Yo Vanderldera on 8. He's pretty much as safe as houses, you'd say, in terms of making it through from here. In fact, he is safe as houses to make it through, because Walker and Mcewan will go head-to-head in the final game, and there's a maximum of 8 points that either of them could get to potentially, and the legs difference is probably going to correlate somewhere in the middle, as long as he keeps things handy. He plays Chris Quantock in the intervening time anyway. But next up for us, it is Mcewan against Atkins, and for Jim, it's about keeping himself in play and really
96.
making the last game of the night a knockout match.
That's exactly what he needs to accomplish from this game.
140.
As it stands, Walker and Mcewan have the same leg difference. There's 2 points between them. To make it a knockout match,
134.
Mcewan has got to win this game or lose this one really tight.
96.
Initial calculations state that if Mcewan gets 3 legs from this game but doesn't win, he would still be in a knockout game with Walker in the last match, because he'd be able to overtake him with points and leg difference with a 4-3 win.
100.
It's going to take something rather heroic to take Atkins out. He is just on a heater in this group. Doesn't look like he's going to lose.
Do you remember what I said when he qualified through, that a Jamie Atkins that's relaxed is a Jamie Atkins that's going to be dangerous? Well, ever since he's done that, he's averaged 105 and on for potential 11 data here.
Jamie require 94.
He can hit a bull, but he can't hit a single.
It's the only thing he's missed all leg,
62.
pretty much.
Jamie require 126.
Double left after 12. Mcewan needing to take this out. May only be a poke at the ball, and have a treble would leave double 6. Double 6 it is. Oh, it's gone low,
score.
and because it's gone low, he's bust the score.
Jamie, you require 32.
And I'm sure that felt good leaving the hand, but it's just dipped low.
Double 4.
24. Jim, you require
How many times do you see it?
126.
Somebody busts a big number and they take it with their next visit. Does it happen this time? Not on this occasion.
98. Jamie require 8.
So 2 fours for first blood.
No score.
Does not go, much to his
Jimmy required
annoyance
28.
and frustration. And so Mcewan is going to finally get 3 in hand. Probably didn't expect him to be at double 14.
Absolutely. He is nowhere near it. He's dragging darts left.
No score.
I think the right word
Jamie
to describe how
require
he's feeling about
8.
those 3 darts is disgusted.
No score.
9 darts miss from Jamie Atkins to win this
Jamie
leg.
Well, this is a
require
no score
28.
off. How many times has Owen Binks said that in this leg?
No score.
Game shot on the first
Well, that's a
leg.
score on the
Jim
board for
McEwen.
Jim McEwan. The double 14 found. A lesser spotted 22 dart holder
Second
throw
leg
for
is Jamie
Chucky.
to throw first. Game on.
And they chuckle about the fast that they've just provided us.
That'd be a good nickname for Chucky, wouldn't it? Chuckles.
134.
He's in a good mood.
Well, it was a bit like a scene out of Chuckle Vision, wasn't it? To me, to you, to me, to you.
$140.
For those of you joining us across the world, Chuckle Vision was a very famous program in the 1990s in the United Kingdom,
59.
featuring 2 brothers called the Chuckle Brothers. Barry and Paul, their names were.
You know a lot about things from before you were born.
Hey, Chuckle Vision was a thing when I was growing up.
140.
Like with Dick and Dom in the bungalow.
So you weren't into Teletubbies and Rosie and Jim and things like that.
58.
No, my mum wouldn't let me watch Teletubbies. Genuinely.
You being serious?
Genuinely. She would not let me watch Teletubbies because she didn't want me to make the sound effects that the Teletubbies made.
I'm siding with your mum on this one. I'm not even sure how the Teletubbies were let on the air.
100. Jimmy require 81.
Well, McEwan looking for a potential 11 darter here and a breaker throw for 2-0.
Don't be too aggressive. Okay, don't listen to me, Jim. Yeah, that'll do it.
On the second leg.
That'll do
Jim
very
McEwan.
nicely. All of the ails of the first leg
Third leg,
forgotten,
Jim
and he takes a
to
2-0
first.
lead.
Game on.
That's a weird one, isn't it? 22 darter followed by a 12. Somewhere in the middle of that might be good enough to
60.
take the 3-0 lead. He's got the darts, so something in the region of 5 visits might be good enough to take him within 1 of 2 invaluable points.
180.
But here's the thing. If McEwan wins, it's only half the job. It only puts him in position to potentially get through.
59.
But it's still, with 3 games remaining, in his hands. It's all you can ask for. Or is it? Or is it?
180.
Because there's something else afoot.
Jamie Atkins has done many, many special things on this stage. McEwan piled in a 180 of his own.
Jamie 141.
But it's the man from Warwick who takes centre stage. But dart 7 goes amiss.
So does dart 8. McEwan might not be out of this leg. If he can stick in 105 or more here, he's knocking on the door. Is he ringing the bell? I don't mind this. He's got to go bull now.
134.
It's an aggressive play. It's paid off.
Jamie require 84.
Percentage-wise, it was wrong. This is right.
Game
Very
on
right.
the
That's an
third
11 dart
leg.
break from Atkins.
Jamie Atkins.
Beautiful. Nonchalant.
Fourth leg is
Brilliant.
Jamie to throw first.
And Atkins is back in this game.
Game on.
Shall we forget the first leg ever happened, that 22 darter? Because since then, we've seen a 12 followed by an 11. However, the 22 darter actually could be the most important leg in this match and perhaps the most
58.
important leg in Jim McEwan's week.
Correct. Because if he gets to 3, he's assured of the knockout game.
135.
It would result in him being within 1 leg of Jensen Walker. And in a head-to-head
60.
game, there's going to be a 2-leg swing. So if you're 2 points behind and only 1 leg behind, you win the 2 points, you get the 2-leg swing or more, you get the jump.
139.
McEwan is all of a sudden making his move on the Atkins throw. Huge problems now ahead for
57.
him. And remember, if he wins this game, and we haven't even spoken about this yet, he could do the 16 from 16.
Don't worry. Jamie's very aware of this. In the background just now, he was not pleased with his
93.
recent efforts. He's trying to muster something here. He wants to go through this whole thing undefeated because if you consider the fact that he came into this group on Thursday evening,
100.
he is still in
Jamie
line
Maguire,
of doing what Bo
134.
Greaves did and what Derek Coulson has done in previous series, in having an undefeated week.
We were just wondering for a second what Jim McEwan was up to.
94.
He's going to leave himself tops after 12. Potential break chance to put him 3-1 up and then have the darts of the match. And all of a sudden, it would come down to Walker and McEwan in the last.
78.
Quantock
Jimmy
Vanderldera
McCoy,
would be a
40.
dead rubber. In fact, this is the perfect storm for Vandervelde.
Game shot
3-1.
the fourth leg. Jim
Break a
McEwan.
throw. And now with the darts in
leg
his
is Jim
hand to
to throw
complete
first.
it.
Game on.
It's a funny old situation, isn't it? I don't remember this happening recently,
140.
where someone's 3-1 up in a game. And whether they win the game or not, it doesn't really matter.
58.
It's a strange twist of fate. Whether he wins another leg or doesn't in this game, he's going to have to beat Jensen Walker now. But I give Jim incredible amount of credit, whether he knew it or not.
Now, is that
60.
touching? Is that in? It is in.
Whether he knew it or not, he's done a fabulous job of putting himself in the box seat
75.
to have a crack at Saturday night. He's going to get that chance, as is Jensen. He's done his bit. Jim's done his bit. There's only one person who's out, and that will remain the case up until... Oh, is it another one? Is that in?
156.
You lucky Chucky.
Well, we haven't seen something like that since Barry Van Peer's infamous Is It In incident. And now we've had 2 in successive visits.
96. Jimmy require 145.
Well, how are you going to take this, Chuck? You need 3 pure darts for a 145. You can't get any collisions on that one. That was probably the best treble 12 of the series, and this is week 11.
And the luckiest triple
65.
12 because it came off the barrel of 2 darts.
I bet his pals are going to text him and say, I bet you can't do that again. Oh, that's brilliant.
145.
Great management there from Atkins. But it's not up to him. It's up to McEwan. He needs one more.
What a beautiful way to finish off a
Jim
beautiful
McEwan.
performance on Jim Mcewan. In the end, the average in excess of a ton. And that was after a 22 dart hole to win the opening leg. Jamie Atkins isn't going to complete the card on successive nights, but Jim Mcewan, well, he set himself up for his meeting with Jensen Walker. A shootout in perfect style. An average in excess of a ton. 4 from 8 on his doubles. Vanderldera and Chris Quantock is coming up on the other side of these messages from your local commercial providers.
Week 12, and only one more chance to qualify for Champions Week. Series 2 winner Raymond Smith makes his return for the first time in 2.5 years. And this time, he's bringing company. Kai Smith will be making his Super Series debut as they become the first father-son duo to play in the same week, but there's stiff competition. Also making his debut, Cameron Carolison, one of the finest players from South Africa. WADC and Women's Week champion Gemma Hayter wants to get her hands on the trophy. As does Danny Van Tripe, the International Pairs Week champion. David Davies returns to the Live Lounge as he looks for a 3rd consecutive Champions Week appearance. But one man stands in their way. The Dutch destroyer Vincent van der Voort makes his long-awaited Super Series debut, and he means business.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim Mcewan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, everybody. 2 more games to go on this Friday night. And we kick off with a meeting between Jurjen Vanderldera and Chris Quantock. For Jurjen, 8 points to his name. Healthy legs difference. Pretty much jobs are good and for him. Eyes will be dotted, T to be crossed, a win here against Quantock, who has not won a game tonight. His solitary win in this group was a 4-2 success against Jamie Mcewan in the middle of Thursday's card of games. What are we going to see from this one? Because Jurjen tonight, I don't know about you, but I've been really impressed by him. 94, 92, 91, the averages. And in the last one, he was just on the receiving end of a brilliant Jamie Atkins. Had one poke at a double off the back of the 106 and took it.
Yeah, that sums up his night. He's played really steadily, very consistently, and he's done his job. He's played 5 days of darts on debut, and he has accomplished making Saturday. So he was 1 from 1 on the doubles against Atkins, and he's 1 from 1 in making Saturdays.
121.
If he can be at this level of consistency, averaging 90 plus in every game he plays Saturday night, if somebody's just not at the races, they miss a few doubles against him, he could be right there.
Now, usually, when we get to this stage of the week, we get a form book, don't we? Well, I can tell you one thing about Saturday. See that form book that I've got in front of me? Scrump it up, because it's going to be about something on any given game, I think, tomorrow night.
120.
I didn't even know we had a sound effects department.
140. Yeah, you're number 150.
Well, that one's going to get used a bit more now that I know it's there.
Only problem is I've ripped up tonight's script. But anyway, moving on. The script has been ripped up really at points this evening, hasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not just a metaphor.
59.
He has literally ripped up the script.
120.
Oops. That was not a good first start. Second one's good. Doesn't yield a double at the end of it, though.
88.
But that might.
156.
Double top for Jurjen.
On the first Jurjen Vanderldera.
Jurjen Vanderldera. Make it stick.
It's
the only way that tune gets cool.
$37.
I apologise for my co-commentator singing.
You started it. You've ripped up the script. Now I don't know what to say.
Hold on, does that mean because the script's been ripped up, we can just say what we want and make it up as we go along?
Probably not.
I've just had somebody in my ear say, well, that's what you do anyway.
140.
And they're probably not wrong. Jurjen Vanderldera is doing his own thing and doing his own thing tremendously. 177, and he's in control of this leg on the Quantock throw.
140.
Quantock's playing well himself.
Just been a little bit patchy at times, hasn't he? If anything, Vanderldera's finding another level.
180. $100. Here, you're number
84's a piece. Who takes it? Look at that. It's right in the middle.
Game shown the second.
That is just outrageous.
Jurjen Vanderldera.
If you needed proof of just how good he can be, you've just seen it.
Third leg, it's
What more do you need?
Game on.
Well, Chris Quantock in the background didn't know whether to applaud, fist bump, or just look in awe of it.
Thing is, a lot of these players in this group, they've all had purple patches like this. They know how it feels. It's a good feeling. When you feel like that treble 20 is the size
60.
of a bucket, and the doubles are the size of doors, Doesn't come around very often like that. Quantock's done that to other people. I've seen him do it firsthand.
134.
So when someone does it to you, all you can do is stand back and say, well, you've just done very well.
Has Chris
58.
Quantock perhaps been found a little bit guilty of not having enough match practice coming into this?
I think you'd have to ask him that. I don't know how much he's been playing recently. We can't find many
60.
records of what he's been doing. But if he wants to succeed here again, I'm starting to get the feeling that he needs to put in a few
41.
extra games, a few extra days. That's from the evidence that we have.
Well, Vanderldera
60.
just in cruise control. Average of 103.5 right now.
Now, where does he start with his next dart? There's a lot of people that start on the
100.
ball.
Yeah, you require 122.
You don't have to go 18s here. There's the 25 off, at least 97. You see, the 25 takes you into 2-dart territory, which doesn't need a bullseye at the end.
62.
It makes a lot of sense. Honestly, the education of young Dutch dart players, it's swift, it's
80.
logical,
Yeah, you require
and
60.
it's market leading. They don't make board management errors.
And he's racing through this game in double quick time.
Games on the
3-0
third leg. Jurjen Vanderldera.
without breaking a bead of sweat.
Fourth leg, it's Chris to throw first. Game on.
And you know what? He looks like he could just play on all night. If you gave him one of the
83.
backroom staff for a best of 7 at 3 a.m., he'd probably say, yeah, I'll give it a go. He'd take on all comers. Looks like he could play till he's literally dragged off the board.
57.
That's what you want to do when you're his age. You don't want to stop playing. You do want to take on all comers.
100.
He's played some of his heroes this week. He might have to do it again. There's only one thing better than meeting your heroes,
134.
and that's beating them.
$95.
Trust me, Henry, there's no greater feeling than that. Not from my experience, anyway.
Well, maybe we're getting to a point here.
60.
Quantock's going to pull one back. Vanderldera forced to serve it out. But just a reminder, the last game's winner takes all. The winner of the match between Mcewan and
96.
Walker, the current and former champion, will guarantee their passage through. The loser will head for home. The defending champion is in must-win territory.
Well, if Jurjen wins this game, the
140.
winner of the next game will finish third.
Chris, you're 127.
If Jurjen were to lose this game, it would be different. Bullseye to save it.
92.
Could be the end.
Yeah, you never 110.
If he wants a ton plus average, he needs to take this out.
Triple 18 for the double. Double 18.
74.
Well,
Chris, you require 35.
every single average tonight has started with a 9. If he hit that, it would have started with 1 and a
Game's
0.
on the
But this
fourth
game
leg.
will go on because
Chris
Quantock has found double 16.
Fifth leg, it's Jurjen to throw
By virtue
first.
of what we
Game
know, a Jurjen win will give him second, which means that in his group tomorrow night, he will not be up against anybody from this group.
57.
And then the winner of the last game would be in the same group as Jamie Atkins.
Well, I mean that Jurjen Vandervelde, if he was to win this game, would open up his campaign against Lee Evans in game number 3 of the night. He'd then take on Steve Beaton, and he'll hope at that point the game against Steve Beaton means absolutely nothing.
59.
Because they'll both be through, or at least he'll be through anyway.
Don't underestimate Lee Evans. He had a
100.
really good day on Friday. He didn't lose. Maybe rode his luck a little bit. But he didn't lose.
Dim the brakes.
59.
And let's be honest, at the minute you can make an argument that David Pallett's been one of the players of the week, Jamie Atkins. The three group winners have been the three standouts. And
55.
I know that sounds like a stupidly obvious observation to make, but actually, they've stood apart.
I'm not looking forward to the question that you're going to ask me and Scott Mitchell on Saturday night.
96.
You're going to ask us who's going to win then. At this stage right now, I have no idea. I genuinely don't have a clue.
41.
I don't even want to take a guess. I want to look at the numbers in detail. And I might even have to re-watch some of these games to get a clue.
I really do think, and
60.
you might completely disagree with me on this, it feels like a Saturday night, which is going to be a moment's night. The numbers, as I say, at the beginning of the game could be insignificant. It could be who does something at a particular moment. Who does something special at a particular moment. Who can drag out big fish finishes, possibly.
134.
He doesn't get the finish, but he gets the perfect layup.
71.
Point of no return.
Gage on the fifth
How many
leg,
times has he done that
Chris
tonight?
Quantock.
Stayed in a match with a lovely combination.
Sixth
He
leg
finds
against
the
Chris
hurdle
Quantock
shot
first.
to tops.
Game on.
And this one isn't done yet. I think the right word to describe his campaign over the last couple of nights is infuriating. Because he has played some good stuff. But the stuff in between has been very scrappy. It's obviously there for Chris.
134.
And I think it's up to him as to whether he wants to find it for the long term.
58.
I don't think you can be a Super Series player on its own. I don't think you can come
93.
here 3 or 4 times a year and expect that to be sharp enough to win your titles. I think you've got to do other stuff as well.
171.
Something is happening here. Mcewan was averaging 100 after 3 legs. He's now averaging 95.
130.
He's in a little spot of bother.
Chris, you're 132.
Quantock's chasing him down. The Yorkshire Whippet has got his tail up. But how does he find the ball? Sid Waddell called that an Isaac Newton shot once upon a time.
140.
Chance to win the match. He left himself on 36 in the previous leg, and Quantock denied him. Double 4.
70.
This time he can't stop Vanderldera
and
from winning this
20.
game and solidifying second spot.
Well, for Chris Quantock, his campaign looks set to end. Vanderldera looks at double 10. Vanderldera looks at double 5 and gets double 5. It's going to be second place for Jurjen Vanderldera, a 4-2 victory over Chris Quantock. And we've got one more game to go. We'll have a look at that first for an emotion there. That finally, that outpouring of relief from the young Dutchman. And chapeau to him for his efforts over the course of the week. We'll see him tomorrow night. But who else are we going to see tomorrow night? Knockout Darts begins here. Mcewan and Walker for the final spot through is after this short break. And so it all comes down to this. One final game and it's two champions colliding. Jensen Walker, the reigning defending champion, and his title defence is on the line. He takes on Jim Mcewan, defeat here, and it would see a new name on the Super Series title, or at least there won't be a defence of the title come Champions Week. Jim Mcewan, the winner in Series 5, stands in his way. He's looking to return back to the Saturday fold. And before we get underway, I think we've got a Watergate discussion. We don't want to go back there again, do we? But it's Walker who is in the position where he's throwing first. So he's got that kind of luxury. The table positions are relevant. Mcewan's ahead of Walker, but because they're both playing one another, it's just winner stays on and the winner will qualify through in third position in the group.
It's Jensen to throw first.
It is effectively knockout darts.
Game on.
Between two series champions. This doesn't happen very often at all. This is an event. It's the last game
44.
before Saturday night. And only one series champion will survive. And it's really hard to pick a favourite. Because they both won their last game. Mcewan averaged 100 and beating Atkins. And Walker beat Quantock 4-2 after being drubbed 4-0 in his previous game. So he's got himself off the canvas. Does it really come down to the fact that Walker's got the darts? I'm not sure it is.
Usually we get a hunch in these types of games, but I'll be honest, we both had a good old look at one another in the advert break, and I don't think either of us are none the wiser, really, as to who wins this.
No, this is 50-50 for me.
60.
It might come down to the stuff between the ears. And if it does, you usually go to the person with the most experience. But he can't keep drifting into the 5.
29.
Well, already it's a tentative, nervy start to this game, and that's perhaps not a surprise.
54.
We know we said how tomorrow night could be judged based on moments. This game, you sense, is going to be based upon moments.
120.
That time, the point did not touch.
Well, how many times is that going to happen?
140.
You just get the sense that these two are going to follow each other all the way to the end.
It would not surprise me if this goes all 7. Mcewan with the first chance to strike first blood. He's going to get a dart at the bullseye.
102.
He's not far away, but Walker himself, a ton plus effort to hang on to his throw.
Steer. Wasn't quite
100.
there.
Jimmy required 25.
Now, is he going to go 1 for double 12? The 1 is good enough.
Game shot.
That's more than good enough. Sufficient
Jim Mcewan
will always suffice.
Second leg is Jim to throw first. Game on.
If you look back, pre-Series 10, Jensen Walker's had some really good days here, but he's also had multiple heartbreaking days here.
58.
So he's been through both doors. There are 2 doors right in front of him right here. The Success Door
17.
and Heartbreak Hotel. He's been through them both.
Well, as you were saying that, Jensen said one word which probably says more than anything we can say in this game. Come on, you can tell how important
45.
this is. And as you mentioned earlier on, it's the first time he's defending a title of significance, and he does not want the defence of it to end at the first hurdle.
140.
Well, the fact remains that if you've done something incredible, you don't want it to end. Scotty Scheffler was talking about this very thing recently. It's all about the hunt.
58.
It's all about the process. That's what you can enjoy as a sports person. The winning doesn't last long.
Well, I'm sure he enjoyed his 5 minutes of
44.
celebrating when he won the Open the other week.
I'm sure he did. But I'm sure the media are going to be on his back in the next couple of days saying, are you looking forward to winning the FedEx Cup, Scotty? Sport always moves on to tomorrow.
100. $100. $66.
Can you feel the tension on that stage right now? You can almost taste it.
I don't think there's a knife sharp enough to cut it.
100.
Walker's on a ton to break back. But you just get the sense that everything in this game is going to be tiptoed. I don't think this is going to be a game won by a moment of brilliance. I think it's going to be won by the player that holds it together.
I completely agree with you. Tops. I classify that as holding it together.
Jensen Walker. Third leg, it's Jensen
Maybe
to
the
throw
most
first.
important thing is he didn't give Jim an attempt at 1-3-1, which is something we saw earlier from Quantock.
Game on.
He's flagging. And you can completely understand it. This is day 5. He's done 3 early shifts in Group A.
44.
This is his second late shift in a row. He might be the youngest person here this week, but he's human.
The Super Series Marathon suffers no fools.
125.
You always want to get it done before game 23 if you're playing day number 5. It doesn't matter whether you're in Group C or B.
140.
But if you have to go to the last game, you pray that every single bit of preparation you've done has been good enough to make sure you're good in these moments. This is why a lot of young players should subscribe to the 20% rule. You do what you do, and then you do 20% more.
81.
So if you practice for an hour, do an extra 12 minutes. Seems obscure, but when you constantly do that extra 20%, when you've got to play this extra game, your engine's better.
40.
That could be a slip for Mcewan.
$100.
Treble for Walker, leads in first to a finish. Mcewan has to find a treble of some description to leave himself on a 2-darter. Well, maybe not that treble.
He's been hitting that treble that you mentioned a little too much, but the recovery's really good.
Judging you 130.
How many times have we said that the last couple of days?
Well, now the champion
96. Jimmy requires
is at a
61.
crossroads moment because Mcewan looks at 61. 777 for Tops. Tops hasn't been helpful for him tonight. But it is there, and that's a seismic break.
Jim Mcewan.
And that has hurt Jensen Walker because I think he expected to come back.
Game on.
Now we look at what Jim did in Selzy this season as very important. He played Matt Clark in a final. He played Chaz Barstow in a final.
98.
He succeeded both times. This feels like a final.
$45.
You cannot say this does not mean the world to Jensen Walker. But Mcewan is just bottling it up and beginning to put his foot on the motor.
That's an incredible 180.
180.
If that was the first 3 darts of Monday morning, that would be an incredible 180. But right now, even better. Well, Jim just won't leave him alone.
140.
Well, Jensen Walker at the back of the stage was doing something similar to a star jump when those couple of trebles went in.
It looked like he was doing his impression of the Angel of the North.
Jimmy require 123.
If he wasn't in trouble before, he is now. 66, and he doesn't have to go 16s. He's going to leave tops again.
83.
Everything is starting to work for Jim. He's got the better average. He's got 2 out of 4 in the doubles. He's not showing fragility.
Jimmy require 40.
He's showing strength, and Walker is now 1 leg away from not going to Saturday.
5th leg against Jensen,
and his grip on the title is very, very tentative at best now.
The defending champion has been put at the point of no return.
93.
He has to win 3 straight. It is as simple as that. The most simplistic of scenarios. And the biggest of backs being put against the wall for him.
96.
Jim Mcewan is a proven winner. Somebody who has sustained the course multiple times. He's not somebody that flags or ponders or wanders at the line. You get the sense if Walker's going to do it from here, he's going to have to do it in the extraordinary way, because Mcewan's not going to be somebody that's just going to throw away the advantage he has with the finishing line in sight.
123.
If anything, he's getting stronger as the finishing line begins to come into view.
Yeah, his 2 treble visits are starting to climb here. Oh, no.
5.
I have no words, and I don't think Jensen does either. That might be the signal for his defence to be over.
When it's not your night, things like that happen. And Mcewan is stamping all over it. All over it. Well, that will make Jensen Walker feel as sick as a chip.
That 180 from Jim Mcewan is the most
57.
unsympathetic maximum I've ever seen in this building.
Well, this is to send Jim Mcewan through, and this to end the title defence of Jensen Walker. 71 remaining, has options.
48.
Went to look for double 10.
I can't say one thing. The dart fell out of the board because he hit the flight. That happens.
93. Jimmy requires
This might have to be
54.
something that Jensen has to bounce back from.
Well, it was labelled the Battle of the Champions. And it's the champion from Series 5 that'll book his ticket to Saturday night. Jensen Walker's defence of the Modus Super Series title has come to a shuddering end. The Series 10 champion will exit stage left in Series 11, and it is Jim Mcewan in his last game finding enough to get himself into Saturday night. Jensen Walker has been a great champion, a great ambassador. He'll have to go again for glory in Series 12, but it's Jim Mcewan not going to do it again. We're going to hear from him and Jamie Atkins in a few moments' time, so do join us after the break. We've got reaction and analysis from the Pluto TV studio. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a beautiful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Vanderldera. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor.
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim Mcewan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Ledlow.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. This is what we've seen on this Friday night, a dramatic Friday in which went down all the way to the final game. Straight shootout between the defending champion Jensen Walker and the former champion Jim Mcewan. And it was the experience of Chucky that prevailed in the end. A 4-1 victory for Jim Mcewan means he joins Vanderldera and Jamie Atkins through to tomorrow night's final. We can confirm that now by having a look at the table. Jamie won 7 out of his 8 games, actually lost in his last match to stop him from completing back-to-back cars. Vanderldera in second position on 10 points, played some really good stuff over the course of the 2 days in Group B, and Jim Mcewan squeezing through past Jensen Walker into that final position through Chris Quantock, finishing bottom of the group. Right, so welcome to the studio for the first time to Jamie Atkins, and it's welcome back to Jim Mcewan. 2 contrasting nights. You had it quite easy. You had it anything but.
Yeah, I'm going into my game against Jamie thinking I was going to get thumped. I didn't have any notion of coming here tomorrow night, but I found something, and Jamie lost a little bit, so it worked out okay.
Right, let's go straight into that last game then against Jensen. Knockout match. This is kind of your territory, considering what you've done this year on the WDS circuit. When it gets to scenarios like this is where you kind of come into your own, isn't it?
Oh yeah. First of all, I feel for Jensen because I know how hard it is coming back as a champion. There's so much pressure. There's a big target on your back. I know how hard it is, but I was confident going into it. After the game with Jamie, I felt something, so it wasn't there. First half of tonight and all of last night, to be honest.
What do you think did click into gear from that game with Jamie onwards?
I just said to Jamie, I started gripping my darts nearer the front, and they seemed to release better. So I've done the same against Jensen.
For yourself, Jamie, did the job last night with the 8 points, and then you needed just the 1 win this evening to send yourself through. No dramas whatsoever with that.
I mean, there was a bit of drama. I said to you in my interview earlier on that my first game was my main one. the longer that I left it, the more pressure I put on myself. And taking out the 170 earlier on just gave me that adrenaline. And again, to use my tenacity and just go for the jugular, basically.
Well, Jensen here was sat on 54 to go 2-0 up. And did you just get the sense that may have just knocked the wind out of him a little bit?
Yeah. Jensen's he's confidence driven. You take a little bit of that confidence out of Jensen and you can get the beating of him, but you let Jensen get on top of you and it can be game over.
And then from the rest of the night onwards, it just looked like you knew that the job was done in terms of qualifying. I know you wanted to top the group, but it looked like you kind of played with that air of relaxation because you knew the job was done. And particularly in the middle of the night, that 105 average, I mean, I don't want to say it to you, but when you had your first match start and you hit it, it would have been an average of 115.
Yeah. Owen said to me, he says, you'd have been in the top 10 of the averages, which I knew it was good. I'd gone 14, 14, 13, and I knew it was 313. And you probably think about the average too much, but the game against Jurgen, I was intent on winning it because I knew he'd caught up on some legs from playing against Jensen. So I was intent on just making sure I got the win. The average was, it was good, but just get the win just to win the group.
Bottle job.
And look, you cost him the 8 from 8 in the end.
I had to do what I had to do. It wasn't easy for me after last night when I went out of 4. I don't usually do that.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, going into the game with Jamie, I was expecting a good beating, but turned out in my favour.
So in some ways, were you kind of then playing that game with a little bit of a free will, kind of expecting the things kind of going south?
Yeah, 100%, yeah, I was. And it wasn't like Jamie to play the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
He missed... I swear there. He missed a load of doubles in the first leg, and I capitalised and it just went from there.
Decided to play his best game of the week against me, but we'll take it.
That was a nasty little tops and all, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, well, we'll not talk about that one.
Right, both of you into Saturday night. I'll begin with you, Jamie, because you've come close before, lost in the final to John Henderson back in October. You're knocking on the door now, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I've decided that I need to be less flamboyant. I'm very flamboyant on the hockey. I let my emotions get the better of me rather than just relaxing and playing darts. I feel that yesterday and today I've just completely relaxed into the game. And I feel that's when I play the best darts. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to be. I don't think you'll see the extravagant Jamie tomorrow. I think you'll see the focused, relaxed Jamie.
I'll look after you. It's okay.
Cheers, mate.
And for you, look, this is just normal territory, isn't it, Saturday night?
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't get any easier.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this man to beat. He's on form. I don't expect such an easy game tomorrow if I come against him. I've not seen the groups for tomorrow yet. I hope I avoid him. If I don't, we'll have a good game.
I'll give you some bad news, but I'm going to leave you some bad news in a minute. Obviously, we built that last game as the Battle of the Champions. For yourself, it's been a little while since you've tasted that success. Does that give you that extra little drive to maybe go and replicate it again a little bit?
Yeah, every time I come here, that's what I think. I've been a champion, and why not again? Luke done it. Why not me? Age is nothing, really.
And in terms of your season, obviously we don't see you so much on the change tour, so sometimes actually what we see of you may not be a true reflection, but actually what you're doing on the WDF circuit this year has been extraordinary, probably to the kind of level we saw from you maybe 2021, 2022 time?
Yeah, for the first time in a long while I'm enjoying the WDF system. Me and Gail try and make it more of a weekend away and not have any pressure. And if I do well, it's a bonus.
And for yourself, Jamie, we kind of mentioned it in the interview at the beginning of the night. I haven't seen you so much on the Challenge Tour this year. So was it a case that you feel like maybe this week you were going in just maybe a little bit under the radar, maybe not so much in the conscious mind as perhaps you have done in previous appearances here?
Yeah, back home there's no expectation on me. Because of the amount I've played in 2025, it was a free hit, as you say. But like I said earlier on, sometimes the break from darts can do you good. And we spoke, didn't we, Jim? That you take that break, you come back refreshed, and you seem to want it more, and I'm enjoying it more by not playing so much. So, yeah, that's where my head's at the moment.
Well, let's have a look and see where you two are pitted then tomorrow night. This is the tournament bracket. Oh, yeah, you're going to enjoy these next couple. Right, we'll confirm the breakdown first. Steve Beaton won Group A on Wednesday afternoon.
I already know what it looks like, but...
Await the surprise in a second, Jim. Jamie Atkins, Vanderldera, Jim Mcewan, Group B, David Pallett, Lee Evans, Group. Before we flash the next slide, what do you reckon? Who do you reckon's in your group, Jim? Jamie has an idea.
I'll say Steve and Jamie.
Would you? Well, it doesn't matter. You ain't got a choice, but...
I think it's me, Jim and Lee.
I think this is the worst game show idea ever. Anyway, shall we have a look?
Oh, I was wrong as well.
And do you want to know something more? You two are the first game in that group. Jeez. And Jamie has the darts.
Listen, two brilliant groups. Two really hard groups. Listen, we'll take that, won't we?
We said at the start of the group that however the groups line up for Saturday night, they're not going to be easy groups. No. You look at who came out of Group A, you look at who came out of Group C, and the 5 players in there were all class players. So Saturday night was never going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, just a bonus to get to Saturday night, so everything else is good.
I get the sense both of you kind of got this air of free hit about tomorrow night.
Oh, absolutely. You've got Steve Beaton, who won Group A, Dave Pallett, who was unplayable in Group C, really. He was. So just getting there, and we'll try and do it. I'll try and do a bit of damage.
Bit of a Midlands theme tomorrow night, isn't there?
I don't class Dave Pallett as Midlands. He's more Leicester. He's more Leicestershire, more North. No, he's not Warwickshire anyway.
Am I more Midlands?
You're more Midlands than Dave is, yeah.
Just finally, before we go, now we need to confirm something which kind of became a conversation a few series ago, Ari, the Aston Villa Wolves thing. Do you want to show our audience at home the socks you're wearing tonight?
I think you can see them. They're actually my son's.
If you just flash it to that camera there, and we'll get it there for you.
They're actually Tyler's socks, I think. I put them on earlier on and realised they're a little bit too short for me. So, so I think they're my son's socks. But yeah, it is definitely Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Is that the lucky motivation now?
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wear the same socks again tomorrow, though, can I?
You better wash them if you do.
Hey, it might be the only win you may see for Wolves this season, judging by the way things are going in the market.
Coming from a Portsmouth fan, I'll keep it quiet.
Oh.
Final word to you, Jim. How much are you looking forward to tomorrow night? 'Cause I know how much you like to embrace the crowd.
Well, I was coming here tomorrow night anyway. I thought as a spectator, but now I'm going to be up for this.
Speak to admin downstairs, we'll give you the £5 back. Gents, thank you so much. Many congratulations. We shall see the pair of you tomorrow night. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. Between now and then, we'll have the Tungsten Talk series, which includes that of Gemma Hayter. We then have the Upside Down Darts Challenge. That is tomorrow morning. And then Paul Hinks is going to be in conversation on the Tungsten Talk. And already the rivalry's beginning between the pair of them, because Jamie's just had a little look down and he's realised that he's the one on the graphic. You do realise that doesn't usually end well.
It was me earlier.
It was you earlier. we decided we got rid of you, Jim, and we've got somebody else out. You're one of the few people that are actually on the graphic that ends up winning. It doesn't usually end well, but we shall...
I was favourite for the group before we started, and that usually doesn't end well, but
right.
Luckily for me, it did. So,
gents, we got to go. We're in the barrel of that camera there. We shall see you tomorrow night for Saturday night. Wave, gents. See you later. Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
What a finish! What a man! The drum roll finishes, and the target is
Finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison! Van Velzen!
54. Charlie require 164. 44. 32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
require
hockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there, George Gay wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Gay
Couldn't get the job
got
done.
in the match! And the Red Dragon
George Skate.
Modus Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!